Hello? Ha, he hasn't muted me. Hi, everyone. How is chat doing today? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a good day. Nay! Stompity stomp, stomp, stompity stomp. Hey, John. No! Oh, bubble! I have never had bubble tea still branded. One day I'll try it. There was a place that popped up in my town, but I got really nervous when they had a lot of like nut-based, like almond and stuff like that. Hey, Bullets! Yeah, it's me, Chaos. How you doing? Hey, Talos. Hey, Zogdraw. I know we're going to talk about it soon, probably, but the Switch 2 stuff, I know a lot of people are talking about the price, but I'm excited. I mean, I've been in the chat for the last, what, 20 minutes? Not in this chat, but, like, I've been in the YouTube chat. I mean... Not gonna lie, I'm kind of hyped for the Switch 2. I didn't think I'd be this excited. Still don't think it's gonna be something I pick up day one though. Taking an hour and a half to watch 60 minutes. Hey, Devin. From what I'm hearing, John, it's going to be $450. There will be a $499 version, but that will actually come with a game. Supposedly the base model is $450. So, again, take this on rumor for now. Can't wait for Switch 2. No worries, thank you as always for stopping around, David. That's fair. There was a lot of leaks, Bullets. There was a lot of leaks. But yeah, supposedly rumors it's $450 and $499 with a game. Yeah.
What's up? How's the guy, Fit Beeps? What's Chille been telling you? Trying to brainwash you all to buy a PlayStation?
No, we were talking about the Switch 2.
So I'm hearing. Anyway, let's start. Let's start. Yo, how's it going, everyone? Me and Chille Thursdays. It's a thing. How's it going, Chille?
Not bad, thank you. How are you doing?
Ah, good. See, I got the parrot as well, even though it looks dead. It's not actually dead. Fred is just looking at me.
Chille is the late. I guess I'm late now, even though I was here first. Well, I wasn't really here first.
Yeah, Chille's the reason why everything went pear-shaped. Just trying to get his, trying to get all his stuff sorted. My parrot isn't dead. It's just looking at me.
I love the pirate outfit, by the way.
Thank you. Last stream, Taz gifted some subs, so would have been wrong doing it last stream, right at the end before I was logging out. So we started off this stream with it. Hey, Talos, Devin, Hey, look, the parrot's alive, look! Hey, do something.
Probably want a PlayStation? Probably want a PlayStation?
Okay, now you're gonna die. Now you die. There you go. No, don't fall over and die. But how is everyone
Nintendo
today?
will do fine. I'm good, thank you. How about you?
Long day at work. Long day at work. Yesterday I was supposed to stream. I sat down and I said, do you know what I really need to do? This was like at 6:30. I said, I just need to go to sleep. And then I slept until 7 a.m. the next morning.
Oh, that's a long sleep.
I was gone. I was out of it. I was supposed to release my video for, what is it? My trailer reaction to Blood of the Dawnwalker. I think I received like 100 messages. Where is it? An X station? No, no, no X station. We just want an Xbox.
I don't know. That sounds kind of good.
Fantasy
Egg station? Would that be like a cooking device for cooking eggs?
Hey, look, we've got a toaster.
Yeah.
We've got a fridge for the beer.
Yeah.
We just need a grill now.
Okay.
And then we're good. Turn the Xbox Series X into a grill. You know, make it so it can open up.
Oh, that'd be so good. Oh. Or make it the disk drive, the grill.
Wait, why is this bird not standing up?
It touched your rum, okay? It's a little bit drunk.
It feels like it. Look, I paid good money for you to do what you're told. There you go. Ah, what a day! What a day it's been today, right?
Yeah,
No one.
There's been highs and then there's the recent lows.
Shall we start with Nintendo?
Sure.
All right, let's have a look at their awesome new trailer and see what the room feels like when it comes to the Nintendo reveal. And I know some are saying it's not a reveal, but it's a reveal. And I've got some thoughts on this. I've got some thoughts on why it appeared the way it did.
By the way, I love the fact that I joked about the fact that they would showcase USB-C ports, and part of the trailer is zoomed into a USB-C port. So I'm like, look, I leaked it.
Hey, Grey Wolf. Yeah, Drogdle, Bloodwalker looks great. I mean, that trailer, I was going like, I hope that guy gets it. I hope that guy gets it. And when he did, it was so satisfying. Yeah, here it is.
I also like the fact that the reveal was short.
See, let's check out the review, and then, I don't know. See, I'm a little bit... I found it very underwhelming.
There's a lot of stuff hidden in this trailer that
Like what?
look underwhelming until you look at it more. And then it's kind of cool.
And I'll tell you why it's underwhelming after.
Yeah.
Because it is
There's
underwhelming.
one major feature that I think is amazing.
What's that? The magnetic...
Well, we'll talk about it after.
Alright. By the way, folks, this is an Xbox.
Yeah, it's an Xbox. By the way, that is so gonna break in like 6 months.
Hey, mine drifted in...
No, I meant like it's literally gonna break in 6 months. It doesn't even need to drift. Those are what I mean.
Hey, if you got kids, that's an easy break. Nintendo Switch 2.
Okay.
There we go.
And then this is actually a new Mario Kart, by the way. That's a new Mario Kart.
See, I saw people complaining that didn't look cool, didn't look next gen-ish.
I mean,
it's Mario.
Next gen now.
It's
and
Mario.
Even then, it's probably early development footage anyway. So
it's Mario.
I'm not going to judge the graphics.
They're not going to make
I'm
it
not going to
filter,
judge the graphics. Okay, so do you want to start with the underwhelming, or do you want to go with what I thought was pretty cool?
Go for it. You guys first.
What? Go back to the Joy-Cons a little bit. To like, keep going a little bit. Keep going. Keep going. Just a little bit more.
Just a bit more.
Right there. Around there.
Right there. You sure? You want me to stop right there?
Around there. Anywhere around there. It doesn't matter.
Oh, see, it doesn't matter with him anymore, boys.
This is what I think is really cool. And this will change a lot of games, in my opinion, on the Switch 2. This, in my opinion, is probably going to be one of the most impactful parts of the entire Switch 2. This makes it beat the Steam Deck, in my opinion.
What has it done?
Because I know people... it uses an optical sensor to turn the Joy-Cons into mouse.
Oh, so that's what it was actually advertising.
Yeah, they've got like a little device where it helps with the sensor. That thing is like a mouse like rope or whatever. I don't know what they call it, but yeah, it's gonna be like this mode turns them into little mice for first person shooters.
That's cool.
So that's what I said. There's a lot of things in this that make it look, this is just a Switch 2, but there's some things that do look really good. So, the trackpad's on the Steam handheld is better in my opinion. I guess for portability, but if you're playing at home, this is, having an actual mouse is always better than a trackpad.
How's it going, Paul?
So, but yeah, I think this is kind of cool.
So, you want to know why I think this was underwhelming?
Why?
Because they didn't really show anything. And I understand why it's underwhelming. I understand why this came out the way it did. Because I guarantee you they did not want to release this trailer today. I'm 100% sure.
I disagree with you.
After Genki released... Genki leaked the whole thing. The images at CES that leaked, the handhelds that they 3D printed, are identical.
Yeah.
And that's why they had to.
I don't think this was an early release. I feel like
they rushed this. It's obvious.
They rushed it, but I don't think it was that rushed.
They were not ready to release this trailer, in my opinion, because you can tell. Otherwise, they would have shown you a few more games running. This would have probably been like a 4-5 minute trailer.
Nah, I don't. Nah, this was always going to be 3 minutes tops. This was always going to be a 3 minutes. This was what they did with the Switch. They've done this before with previous hardware. Where even the Xbox. Look at the Xbox. The Xbox showed a fridge over the sea and said, "Look, the Series X is coming in a few months' time." The PlayStation had the wibbly wobbly light thingy. All of these hardware developers.
It's up, Paris.
The wibbly wobbly light showcase thing. Like,
you
all
heard
of
it.
them have these like. The Kyber coat. Like, all of these developers, hardware developers, are now doing, like, showcase the hardware, and then in the few months later, showcase the games. I don't think the games were ever planned for this reveal. Now, would this have been a bit longer? I agree with you. It's probably been about 3 minutes. But I don't think this was going to be much longer. At most, it would have probably come out mid-February. I think this was going to be mid-February. Maybe a little bit more footage of maybe some Mario games.
But that's what I mean. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It would have had a little bit more, how can I say, pizzazz with it?
Yeah.
A bit more, it would have been a bit more sparkled up, sprinkled about. Even though Paris is saying I'm 100% wrong. I disagree, and so does my cup of coffee. I don't know why coffee matters, but
I don't know. I don't like coffee.
Coffee. It's
I have
supporting
an
me
energy
right now.
drink instead. I have, which is worse for me. So.
Oh, I've got this and Red Bull to keep me awake today.
I've got a Mango Loco.
Loco? Never
Monster.
tried that.
Mango Loco. Monster Energy.
See, Steve is getting where I'm coming from. It had zero energy. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
When the original Switch trailer came out, it felt more alive. It felt more vibrant. It felt more.
The difference is they were coming from a failed console into the Switch, so they had to. Now they're going from one of the most well-selling consoles of all time. Well,
so what you're saying is they don't care
of all time. But they know it's going to sell.
But just so we're clear, you are saying that they basically don't care. They're just putting it out there because they know that no matter what they do, as long as they slap an M on it, it will sell millions.
Yeah. Spoilers. That's a lot of brands. That's not just Nintendo.
I mean,
that's a lot of brands.
Not many has the selling power of a Switch. Nintendo especially, when it comes to, hey, look, you've got 4 Switches over there? What about this one with a Triforce emblem on it? Oh, yeah. Go on then. I could spend another £150 on it.
Oh. So yeah. But this is one of the things I thought was cool. And hopefully they showcase it more in future. Someone said about, Paul said about Age of Empires, but you know what this was really for? Do you know why Nintendo was like, we need to do this for the Switch 2? Do you want to know why? Chaos, you know why, right?
Why?
It's because they want to rebrand Mario Paint for the Switch 2. They want Mario Paint 2.
I won't say exactly what you said, Paris, but in a nutshell, apparently this was always the target date.
Okay. Well, again, as I said, I'm not shocked. I said mid-February would be where I'd see if it would be pushed. If it was pushed back, it would be mid-February, but yeah.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
If that was the case, Paris, why isn't it called the Super Nintendo Switch?
Yeah, it should be called the Super Switch. It doesn't need the Nintendo part, right? It just needs the Super Switch. Yeah, by the way, as Paul says, if Halo Master Chief Collection comes to the Switch 2, then the Switch 2 will be the best way to play Halo on a console. Because you'll have a mouse.
I can have I've got a trackpad on my Steam Deck.
On a console, is what I said.
Hey, a Steam Deck is a console, right? They refer to it as a console. Hey, they refer to it as a handheld console. And Xbox allows you to use keyboard and mouse too.
Fair. Oh, you can have that. That's Xbox nice.
But yeah, it was. I don't know. For me, it felt a little underwhelming. It felt like they just threw it out there. I expected, and it kind of just dropped. There was no fanfare with it. No, like, I said,
mean, they've not done fanfare stuff with that before. So
I know, but still, it's 2025. Get with the program.
No,
we want to be bedazzled.
But you don't know that there's a website to apply to play in April.
Well, they showed it on the thing. I think they said it on their website, didn't they? Oh, here it is.
Yeah.
A series of handheld events.
The website's already live to apply for tomorrow.
Oh. Who's going to apply? Anyone here applying?
I am. I'm going to apply.
You're going to fly halfway across the world?
It's in London.
You're still going to fly halfway across the world? By the time Keir Starmer's finished with the UK, nothing's going to be the same.
To be fair, though, if flying halfway across the world would still be cheaper than getting to London.
Yeah. At this rate.
So, it's always been. I can go to Germany and back for the same price that I go to London.
It's hilarious. But did you see that guy on X that was saying that The full.
No, I
the
want to, John.
Switch,
I want to go down to London.
The Switch 2 is on par with a bloody 4090. What a guy!
Wasn't that you?
Hey, look, we don't discriminate here.
Yeah, it's £45 to fly to Spain, Paul. You're right, and it's £140 for me to get a train down to London.
Look, we don't discriminate, okay? We
But
just...
then I said the fact that actually, no, you're wrong. You can compare it to a 5080 if it has cloud support.
Hey, look, you got beaten by the Square Enix community manager. He said 5090. Beat that.
I mean, I can't beat him. He's amazing, so I'm good. I'm gonna take my L. There's a lot of people I'll take L. I'm happy to take L's from. I'm gonna take it from him.
Here, look. You heard it here. 5090, get it right.
The issue is, right, let's just say, theoretically, they would get a 5090 in here, right? Theoretically, it's impossible, but let's just say they did, right? Let's just say, theoretically, somehow, via sorcery and magic, they got a 5090 in there, right?
All right.
Imagine how short you're going to have Game Gear battery life level. So you're going to turn it on, the loading screen for the game will appear, and then it'll be like, warning, low battery.
Nah, you know what the worst thing was with the Game Gear? You powered that thing when you got to the title screen and the battery started blinking.
Yeah. And also the heat of the system. You would need to wear, anytime you played with the Switch 2, you would need to wear like fire resistant gloves so that you wouldn't burn your hands picking it up.
Just bolt it on the back with a... You're both wrong. It's going to be an 8090. I thought I'd get in there before someone else made a...
The battery pack for a 5090 Switch would be like a proton pack from Ghostbusters.
Oh shit. That's dirty, man. What are you doing? You're killing the guys. But hey, you think I'm joking, right? D-Batch is already at it. He's already at it. The most powerful handheld console in the world.
You're willing to joke, but some people think it's serious, and that's frustrating.
He's already at it, man. This is like coming straight off the... I don't know, man. I don't know. And haven't we learned anything about leaked specs? Have we learned nothing with the 33.4 teraflops?
Yeah, isn't it like slightly worse than the Steam Deck from the leaks?
I mean, this is what the leaks are saying. 12 gigabytes of RAM, 2 internal cooling fans, modern NVIDIA GPU architecture with DLSS.
Oh yeah, that's why I had an argument with a fanboy with recently, because they were someone said that it's going to have an ampere. I'm sorry, I'm rubbish with the words. Ampere GPU, right? Which is a 3000 series. Mm-hmm. But it also said it was going to be a 2000 series. And he's like, well, that's only a 3000 series card. I'm like, you're right, but maybe he's screwed up because the 2050 in laptops actually use the 3000 series architect. The 2050s actually use the Ampere. Maybe the Switch has the 2050 inside it. And he's like, well, the 2000 doesn't use it. I'm like, you're right, the 2000 does it, but this one specific card does. The 2050.
Yeah.
So maybe it's a 2050 GPU.
Just...
So, how much RAM did the 2050 have? Was it 12 gig or 8 gig? Now I'm interested.
Okay, I'll stop coping. The Switch 2 will destroy your 4090. Hey, that's what I've been saying, right? I said it's gonna... The Switch 2 will beat the 4090. That's what I said. Look. That's exactly what I said. No cope needed.
I know.
RDNA 6. Oh, man. That was I had a bit of giggles with
Yeah,
that
as Whole Grain Bread said, he must have got his leaked specs from the same guy who leaked the PS5 Pro specs.
one.
Well, you got to remember, I leaked the PS5 Pro to be a 6090. I was wrong.
What's he
But hey,
doing?
I leaked that the Switch 2 would have a USB-C port and that the video would showcase it. And guess what? The video showcased the fact that it had a USB-C port. You're welcome, internet.
See, we've got a serial leaker here now.
I was about to say something that would get me into trouble, so no, that's as far as I'm gonna go.
Oh, poor Chille.
Ubisoft would jump me.
But hey, I told you I was right. Horizon Forbidden West wasn't a very good game. A
Why would
lot
you
of
say
people,
that?
because it wasn't a very good game.
Okay, I thought maybe there's something that's happened.
It has.
Okay.
Hail, Shuhei Yoshida. Not to be mixed with the Yoshida of Final Fantasy. This is Shuhei Yoshida, ex-PlayStation employee who was forced out because of his views on how games should be made, not live service. I mean, he said it himself. That's probably the reason why
he was forced out and made it into his in development. He wanted... Yeah.
But here is what he says.
Oftentimes the second game do better because they are always, already millions of fans. But sometimes, the one I was a bit surprised, in terms of the number of units did was the second Horizon game.
Okay.
I loved Horizon game and the game did well. And I was hoping that the sequel would do even better in terms of sales. The game was bigger and great.
Of course.
But I don't think the second one did as many units as the first one. Often
Basically confirming what we all know and believe, except for, the pony below. Horizon Forbidden West did not sell well.
I mean, I didn't buy the sequel, so yeah. I didn't mind the first game, but I didn't need more. I thought the story was wrapped up nicely in the first one.
The first one was great. The first one was awesome. The second one was just a mess. It didn't know what it wanted to be. I think it was torn between being a good game and a Ubisoft game, and it decided to be a Ubisoft game with just nothing but bloat and bugs. It didn't work out well for it. I'm telling you that now.
It's a shame, because I know they had stuff that they wanted to add.
No, the
Like
first
the
one was
fact that they
great.
couldn't add mounts because of the PS4 and stuff.
But that was for the first game, right?
Yeah, that was the first game.
But even without the mounts, the first game was just good. The story was great.
Yeah, the first
the
one
whole
was great.
Driven. Even the DLC was just awesome. I mean, don't get me wrong. Burning Shores for the second game, excellent DLC. Yeah. Excellent DLC. It's pretty much what you expect. It's pretty much the first game in terms of quality.
Yeah.
But the base game for the sequel was just not a very good game. I don't understand how people are coping for it.
I should play it someday.
You should, and you'll agree with me. There's just so much bloat in there, and the bugs they had at the beginning.
Like
the bugs they had at the beginning were awful.
Yeah.
Like, like the point of interests that you would clear.
Yeah.
You'd save your game, turn it off, come back, and they've all reappeared on your map.
And
yeah,
I would delete the game instantly. I don't even like to do those normally, let alone doing them again.
Yeah,
and John, I think it's just the fact that Ubisoft brought bloat with games more than the fact that what's wrong with them. They inspired people to bloat up games more. And towers.
Yeah,
and they're making Horizon Online, and don't they want like a crazy amount of people playing it as well? From what I've read.
Yep.
Like, there's at least 1 million people playing it.
It's like Star Wars Outlaws. I'm one of the people that actually really enjoyed that game.
Yeah.
But if you start deviating from the main path and start doing the side quests, it gets very boring really quickly. But if you don't do that, you do a few of them that will get you some skills and stuff, and just ignore the rest of the bloat, it's actually a really good game. But if you start deviating and doing the side quest, like fetch me 5 of these, or go collect some of these, or go find this, or I must have dropped this somewhere all the way halfway across the map and you're going to have to make your way there just to find it and come all the way back. Yeah, they get boring real quick. And, you know, the bloat just isn't needed. And I think the whole, my game has to be 100 hours long in order to make it worthwhile for the consumer just isn't the thing anymore. I'm happy to pay 60 quid for a game if it's like 15 hours long. But it's just packed with condensed content, you know, purely condensed content of just nothing but goodness. I'm just tired of bloat. I don't want bloat anymore. So if Ubisoft can get rid of the bloat, they can actually do some really good games. 1,000 hours. Yeah. Who spent 1,000 hours?
John says they spent over 1,000 hours on Valhalla. Yeah. I could see it.
No, I get that, but it's just like that's the time that's me spending that time on an MMO, man. How many hours?
Yeah, it's Final Fantasy 14 levels.
I played 11 for 7 years. My playtime was 1 year and about 4 or 5 months.
Yeah, mine was about 360 something days.
So how many hours would that be? Let's just do a rough thing. 30 times 5 equals that, plus 3, 6.
8,640 hours is 360 days.
So I spent 12,350 hours on average on one game. Yeah. I feel like a G right now.
Over 8 years, right?
7.
7 years.
7.5 years.
Yeah.
Beat that, guys. And I am proud. 12,350 hours. When you get to my level, oh, sure, you can start challenging me. 5 hours to start. At 5 hours, you haven't even started the game.
Yeah, it's still the tutorial, right?
Mandalorian, we're about to jump into that in a short while. But the short answer is no.
No, there's a lot of good stuff at Microsoft, I think. Well,
the short answer is no.
There was potential bad stuff, but yeah, we'll talk about it in a bit.
Man, every time I look at that number, this is why I don't like looking at how long I spent on that game. It's depressing, isn't it? Over 12,000 hours in one game.
Nah, I'm good. I'm happy. I look at my 14. I've got even more. So
I'm not even counting 14.
Yeah.
If I count 14,
but I'll be honest. I spent a lot more time. To be fair, though, how many hours were you playing in 11?
A lot.
Because, or was it just you in Roland Barrymore AFK?
I hardly ever did that. I hardly ever did that, honestly. I only started doing that towards the end when Dynamics became free to enter, so we were trying to sell the stuff, but that was like really towards the end of my 7-year playtime. But from that 12,350 hours, I'd probably say about minimum 11,500 was playtime. That's minimum.
Yeah, I don't know how much mine would be, but there was quite a lot of time of me sitting around in Alzabar waiting for Besieged because I loved Besieged so much.
Yeah, but you're still technically there, right? You're still waiting for it. You're still active. You're still chatting away in the community. So that's still playing. You're still there. When you say AFK, I mean like I thought you mean like leave your character there and go to sleep.
No, I would be sat around chatting with people in link shells.
Yeah, so that still counts.
Shout chat.
I think Final Fantasy 10.
I want Chille
I had
opinion.
110 hours.
Sorry.
Go on.
So, Mandalorian said, "I want Madden. Is it a failing franchise? I don't know. I'm gonna say no. I think it's still doing well, right? I still feel there's a lot of people that like the Madden games, so I feel like it's doing okay. And I'm sure with the Switch 2, there'll be more opportunities for people to play on other different platforms. So, go Madden, maybe.
And if you ask Angry Joe, it's the same shite every year.
To be fair, though, I haven't watched Angry Joe in forever.
Yeah. But Shuhei had more to say, right? This time on the PSVR 2.
He's got a lot to say.
Yeah, so, and I'm sorry I was wrong. PSVR 2 didn't become PS2, so yeah, you can.
What happened with PSVR 2? What happened with PSVR 2, Shu?
Well, let's move on. The conversations. Yeah, so,
let's move on. What do you say to that, Chille?
But let's move on. It's a shame because the VR 1 was pretty decent.
But it wasn't.
And if they just put more time and effort into VR 2,
they just
I would have enjoyed it. I would have actually bought it. I bought VR 1, but someone told me that they weren't going to put the money into VR 2.
That's probably in all my years of gaming, in all the hardware I've bought, and I even bought like multiple copies of Stadia for me and my son with the controller. My biggest ever regret in total waste of money has to be the PSVR 2. That thing is just a waste of time, and it really shouldn't exist. It launched at £500, £530 with the game, which I purchased at the time for a full price, and because I really like the original Horizon. I'm a Horizon fan. I didn't like the second game, but Horizon was coming out in VR, and that sounded cool to me. And all it is
Gran
a climbing
Turismo was the selling point for me.
It's a climbing simulator. They released a climb, which, by the way, they reskinned from another game. They bought the game and reskinned it.
Well, don't worry. Soon you'll have another game like that. You'll have Baby Steps coming out soon, so you'll have that to play.
I think that will actually have more value on the PS5 than the PSVR 2. Bags. The only problem with that is they want £50 just to make it usable, and I've already spent enough on my PSVR 2 to not bother. I'll just be content with my Meta Quest 2.
As I said, what might have sold me was Gran Turismo, because I like racing games in VR.
I mean, I can see that.
So,
but £500? What?
No, that's why I didn't buy it.
I mean, it's crazy that thing was $500, and it's not even standalone.
Yeah.
And then you have the Meta Quest 2, or even the free right now, which is cheaper and is standalone and just does way more. So it was disappointing. I was really disappointed with it. But what else he said, which was really intriguing, which is what I've been saying all along, and PlayStation fans say I'm full of crap, as they always do. Wait, why did that change? I've always been following JJ. Anyway, I've always said that PlayStation just doesn't support their accessories. They didn't support the PSVR 1. They didn't support the PSVR 2. No surprise there. The PSP, Shuhei confirmed that they didn't support. And then they tried to do it again.
I thought the PSP was supported decently.
No, he said himself in the interview, between the PSP and the Vita, they just didn't have the studios to make the games.
No, they said the PS3 and the Vita.
The PSP still wasn't supported. How many first-party games came out on it? compared to the console. Just look at Nintendo with their first party launch. I'm expecting that level of support. It just didn't have it. And like, what was it? Resistance that was on there was a half-baked game. What was the other one? Like, most of their games were just no effort. Just makes even Uncharted on there.
I don't think it was first party, right? It was Patapon was one of the games that like people liked a lot.
That was cool, yeah. Now, what I'm saying, it had good. I'm not saying it didn't have good games.
Yeah,
I'm just saying,
and it outsold Nintendo for a while, right?
I mean,
found rightly.
I mean, you PlayStation fans, all you care about is console sales, right, and hardware sales. You don't care about the software. The software doesn't matter when it comes to.
Man, I had no. Okay, Santa Monica Studios, you know, the people behind God of War.
Yeah.
Man, I had no idea that they made an incredible PSP title.
Oh yeah.
Neopets Pet Adventures: The Wand of Wishing.
Yep.
Okay, so that's what I'm looking at the list.
Yeah, that's exactly what it says, Steve. So why? I mean, but you're releasing a hardware.
I swear there was more than that here. Because they don't. Like, I guess they don't even have. Yeah, it's got to be more than that because they didn't even have resistance there.
I mean, that wasn't really a game. That was just, I don't know what that was. I mean, I've got it. It wasn't really a game.
There's like, I think they had like 16. I'd say about 20 games in total, right? For the PSP life cycle.
It just needed true support, and it didn't get it. And then the PS Vita didn't get it either.
No, yeah, I can't give you any cheers on the PS Vita. The
Metal Gear Acid was Metal Gear Acid on the Vita or the PSP, whichever one that was on. The Acid series was really good.
PSP.
Those were really good. I mean, they had some nice third-party games, but here's the thing: if you don't have the first-party support, and if you're not seen as a first-party supporting your own hardware, why should a third party support it? You're not giving people reasons to really purchase your hardware.
Portable Ops as well, Peace Walker.
Yeah, but Peace Walker
was PSP.
Yeah, and then they released that multiplayer thing, right? But like I said, the third party support was fine. Yeah. It was getting the games. It's the first party.
And it got a Dead or Alive game, so you know.
And look, we all like them jigglies. That's the clear reason why it was the PSP, sold so many.
I mean, I think I can say this here. Like I used to joke with it because the fact you had the memory sticks and stuff. I called it the Pawn Station Portable.
That's exactly what I like to hear.
The PSP. And yeah, as what Paul said, what killed Vita was the memory card cost as well, which he brought up later. He talked about the fact that one of the reasons why it flopped so hard was because of the fact that it used specific memory cards. So,
see, Bags knows exactly what you're talking about. I'm guessing he's had like ample of experience with that one.
And also, did you watch that clip where he talked about the Vita?
No, I only saw it.
Down bad comments of 2020. Look, I was a teenager when it came out, Steve. So, he also talked about the fact that supposedly the Vita had a TV out just before.
Oh yes, yes.
Development had a TV out, but they removed it before release.
It still does technically have a TV out
in the original 1000 series, I think.
I guess so, because I had the original OLED, and so if you plugged it through the
original
cable,
models had one.
Yeah, it gave you a cable to do it.
Yeah, but no, I suppose it had a specific port designed
and it only cost
for TV
a couple
out.
of cents apparently, and they still took it out.
You in your phase when the Vita released? No, how old? I can't remember. I was. We're talking about the PSP, Paul. Yeah, 2004, so I was what? 17? I think I was 17. Yeah.
Where's Paris? He'd appreciate this.
Oh,
I mean, that would have been a
that's
cool
too
name.
long now.
SNS, see?
Nice. Where's the
Swords
Nah,
and Shield.
It's way too long. Super Switch, I would go with. Super Nintendo Switch, nah.
I think it'd have been a cool name.
Or just go to the Hyper Switch. Twist out that way.
Hey, sup, PSI Blows?
Yeah, leaves the same. I'm excited for Pokemon. But that's just me. And maybe Mario Kart 9. Yeah, that's the same reason why the Dreamcast had issues, Paul, was the jailbreaking.
You guys should listen to Anonymous Boss. He's anonymous for a reason. But yeah. Let's jump on to the... Actually, let's show this first before we jump onto the Xbox news because I think it's quite funny.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Nib. Look, Nib, this is just a bit of joke. I'm sorry. Shout out to Nib. This brother will give it its all to protect his precious PlayStation. This is next level troll.
Oh no, it's G-Unit.
That's hard. At least he saw the humor, funny side to
Nice,
it.
Snoop.
I'll give him a life for that. That was funny. I probably got demonetized for that, but still, totally worth. The Dreamcast was amazing. I'm still broken that it didn't release a sequel.
I did. It's called the Xbox.
I'm talking the true sequel. I want like a, one of the games that released that I never came out to console.
That was the true sequel, though.
Not in my heart, it wasn't.
Well, for Microsoft and Sega, it was. Because it was the original Xbox was going to play GD ROMs.
It should have. But you know what? One game that never came to console, it was always rumored to come to the Dreamcast, but never made it because of the actual, because of its demise, really. Scud Race. You ever played it in the arcade?
No, never heard of it, really.
It's an awesome racing game. Think Daytona USA, but not
Nice.
Daytona cars, but racing cars. But it's very similar in terms of game, but just normal racing cars instead of NASCAR racing. And
That's kind of cool.
And it was so good in the arcades. But it never made it.
I mean, the only arcade games I used to play were like House of the Dead, Time Crisis. Like, those were the arcade games I would play.
So I actually picked up a Sinden light gun.
Ooh.
So I'm going to see how it works, because I love light gun games. So I picked up one of them. It works. Apparently, it's fully supported on PC with games. So I'm going to try it out and see how it is, and then let you guys know. I think it's exciting that these games are coming back to LCDs. I look forward to seeing more games, hopefully in the future. You had House of the Dead recently announced, and without a light gun, it just feels like it's a waste of money.
And I will say that's one thing the Switch will have issues with the Switch 2, if rumors are true. Switch 1, I don't know if you know, had an infrared sensor in the controller.
It did, yeah, for the light bulb.
Switch 2 will be removing. Switch 2 will not have a infrared.
But Switch 1 wasn't it backwards compatible with the Wii?
I think so, yes.
That's probably.
And there's
why
also
it had
certain
it.
Switch games.
So the Switch 2 probably won't have compatibility with the Wii.
Probably.
If that's the case, because you know, it kind of needs the sensor bar to be able to play some of those games. Not 100% sure. Hey, V-Ready was great. Why is no media talking about Sony shutting down a game studio today? What studio is that?
Yeah, I don't see any news about that.
Which studio?
Yeah, I don't see anything on that, Paul.
That's actually true. Was there an SD port on the Switch?
What do you mean?
An SD port? I'm just having a look now.
Yeah, you had an SD card port. You could have expandable memory.
I don't know. I didn't see it.
Yeah, you have an SD card support.
But we didn't. I see the port for the game. Where does the SD card go?
I don't know where it is. It's.
Unless it's underneath.
I think it's under. Let me go get my Switch. It's right next to me.
Well, I know the Switch does, but what about the Switch 2? There's nothing showcasing for the Switch 2.
We don't know where exactly, but the Switch 2 is supposed to going to use SD Express cards because GameStop leaked pricing for the Express branded Switch cards. So it's probably got SD support. So and probably in the same place.
Oh,
as
the Godfall
Switch.
studio. Isn't that a Gearbox studio? Godfall was Gearbox, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's by the way, it's a rumor.
So I guess the gods have fallen.
Yeah.
What a bad joke.
Three studios have closed in 2025.
Free Studios? Ah, yes. Free Studio. There's that
Free
Splash
Jam.
company.
Free Jam, Counterplay, and Toadman Interactive.
And Splash. Something Splash Damage.
And Splash. Yeah.
Isn't it Splash Damage that closed down also? But the media didn't care about any of those. Not a single one of them. All those jobs lost. All those people laid off. All those lives ruined. And the media didn't give two craps about it. But Microsoft lets go of a few people that were underperforming at their jobs. Shock horror. And it's frontline news.
Of course it is.
Yeah, Splash Damage announced it last week.
Yeah.
I mean, where is it? If we go into the actual article, I think it was At Microsoft, we focus on high-performance talent. We are always working on helping people learn and grow. When people are not performing, we take appropriate action. Basically, they sucked at their jobs and left. And got removed. That's it. But this is mainline news. Microsoft is laying off everyone and their grandma. They even laid off the poodles. It's just stupid. I mean, how is this even news? Yeah, Paul, that's a Gearbox studio, not a PlayStation studio. Gaming, are you honestly surprised? I honestly think at this point, people just grift off Microsoft for two reasons. Number one, Microsoft is a very hated company. A lot of people hate Microsoft because they are so big and successful. And two, They hate them because they can bully their way around. And let's be real, just like Apple, they have pretty much the ability to do what they want. And they are doing it, one way or another, whether people like it or not. But
It's true.
it is clear that the industry and the media they've always had a hate boner for Microsoft. And I don't think that's ever going to go away. I think it'll actually get worse the more successful they get. But like, the state person here is telling you they've let go of people due to performance issues. And then look how they're actually wording it. It sounds so much worse here. And it's worded in such a way.
The fact that we don't even know how many people were fired. I hate to be mean, but for all we know, and maybe there's 50, which is still a lot, but like hell, maybe just 2 people got fired and they reported it, and then we don't know. It's a shame.
But you know,
it sucks, but it's Microsoft, so
there's 4 studios that just closed down, and not a single comment about them, which basically tells me.
I mean, there was some stuff. I can't say no comment because there was quite a bit on the Godfall studio closing down when it closed down, but nothing.
You literally just said you didn't hear anything about the Godfall studio.
Yeah, but I wasn't paying attention to it. Godfall was the PS5 exclusive at launch, right? I think.
No, was it?
I think it was.
Did it really come out like this generation?
I thought it came out. Didn't it come? Or was it PS4?
I'm tempted to say PS4 because it kind of disappeared from memory.
PS5 and PS5. Yeah, it was a PS5 launch title. It was a PS5 launch title, November 12th, 2020. And then later, for some reason, then it came out on PS4.
Okay, there's this one statement now that I see a lot of people saying this, and I want to, educate people because people clearly don't understand how business works. Because whether you're a $1 trillion company, a $1 zillion company, or a $1 billion company, it doesn't matter. The bottom line is, every department within that company have their own profit and loss. That is business. If they don't make a profit within that department, it doesn't matter if the parent company is earning trillions. You are losing money. And therefore, you need to fix that or your department goes. That's just business. It doesn't care about your feelings. It doesn't care about how you feel or how much you're offended or none of this stuff. It's really black and white. You make a profit or you break even, you are safe. If you make a lot of profit, you get to grow. If your department isn't making money, you have to either find that money somehow, which is the easiest way is to lay people off in order to put the numbers back into the black, or they shut you down. It doesn't matter about what the parent company overall owns. That is business 101. Profit and loss in every department is a thing. Every department has to manage their own accounts. And collectively, yes, that then goes to the company and they make trillions or whatever. But in the end, if your department is failing, it's going to have dire consequences. It doesn't matter what size the parent company is. It's just a thing. It's going to happen. So comparing it like between Gearbox and a $1 trillion company, that's a really silly thing to say. There will always be Microsoft stocks are going through the roof. Oh, I see. Okay. That's different. Okay, no, I see what you're saying now, Bags. You're talking about just the SEO of the whole thing. No one cares about Gearbox staff losing their jobs, but when Microsoft make any movement, it's big news. I get it. No, that I get. That I totally get, and that's why and that kind of is why this whole thing has come around. I don't think this is as big as a deal as people are saying. Newsflash, where I work, we've just had 3 people laid off. It's really sad that they've been laid off, but we potentially lost. Well, the department wasn't making money, so they laid a few people off to balance the books. It's just the way it works. It's the tech industry in a whole. Also, if you've seen what Meta are doing right now, they're doing exactly the same thing. Now, whether they're based what Microsoft said here is true or not, Meta said something pretty much along the same lines. They're all restructuring as the new, interest rates and everything. They're positioning themselves in a way to win, to be successful. And unfortunately, that comes at a cost. It is what it is, but the way the media has been going on about this is it's a little crazy, if you ask me. What do you think, Chille?
I really have no horse in this race.
No, in general.
I feel bad for the people that are fired, and it sucks.
Obviously.
And that's all I kind of want to say, really, to be honest, on this. I hate the fact, I know that it's got to be brought up, but I still hate the fact that it gets brought up so much because I just feel bad for the staff that are involved with this. Because, yeah.
But here's the other side of things, right? When Microsoft lays off people, and this is true, right? This is true. The whole community comes together and screams, "Think of the children." Right? But when PlayStation shuts down a studio, like Firewalk, everyone was praising Sony for doing it.
Probably use a better company than Firewalk.
It's not the point. You're missing the point.
Yeah, I'm just saying though. Really, Firewalk.
But why are you praising the closure of the studio?
I'm not praising it. It's horrible too. But
oh no, that's not what I'm saying.
All the studios to pick.
But that's not what I'm saying. That's not the point I'm making. Those fans who were criticizing Microsoft for closing a studio because games failed, the same ones turn around and say, "Good, they got what they deserve."
Yeah, no. Both companies should be punished the same way. There should be no bias in that. Firing people just sucks. Even though we all know it's not always just because the company wants to do it. It's because the staff aren't working at a respectable level that they want them to work at. It still sucks, but
I know, Bags.
Firewalk, probably not the best choice.
I mean, that's the most recent one, right?
It's the most recent one.
That's why I went with it. It wasn't because of Concord or anything. It's just the most recent one that's still being ridiculed to this day.
I'm just saying though. I know it is the most recent one, but
they keep on saying the same thing. They say good. They deserved it. What was the other studio that recently shut down? I mean, just look at what they're doing with Ubisoft. They're praying for all of those jobs to be lost.
Yeah.
But the same people, when Microsoft do it, think of the children!
I hate the Ubisoft. I personally do not like most Ubisoft games. Most. I'm not going to say all. There are some games out there on Ubisoft titles that I do enjoy. And I do enjoy... But I hate the fact that people are I have to use that word because I hate the fact that people are wanting the downfall of Ubisoft because they still have a lot of potential. They still have so many wonderful IPs that they could. We got Rayman, we've got Splinter Cell, we've got another Ghost Recon. I'd take another Division. Like, there's so many different IPs that. Hell, we got Beyond Good and Evil 2 in another 20 years when I'm dead, maybe. If they've got enough fan submissions.
You know, the last person who came up with those names in the boardroom was thrown out the window for having a bad
And then
takes.
he joined your podcast. Hi, everyone, it's me.
Ubisoft is like, what? You've got great ideas? Get rid of this man right now.
I mean, be thankful I wasn't in Sony's court because I'd be like, Sony, you're chasing games of a service, right? Yes. You want big multiplayer titles? Yes. Now, bring back MAG.
They will never do that. But you do have someone called Mag.
That was 128 versus 128 versus 128, remember?
I do.
It was so good. And it was a live service game.
Wasn't it Fire Sprite, Steve? The VR game. The VR company from Sony. That laid off.
I think so.
That had the layoffs. Because I know they were Fire something.
Baby Steps are better than any live service game. Bags has it.
But yeah,
Don't worry, I will stream Baby Steps day one. I will.
And so you had this article by this disgruntled analyst, and it makes no sense in what he's saying.
Welcome to most analysts online.
I know, but it's like I'm reading this, right? And all I'm hearing is a butthurt analyst who's not able to make more money for his client. But at the same time, everyone can. I mean, anyone that denies it, I don't know what world you're living on. But the Xbox One era.
1 second. PS5 Blow says I played MAG on the original Xbox. I don't think MAG was on Xbox, right?
Maybe
MAG was PlayStation exclusive.
Maybe. Let me have a look. MAG Xbox. I got an Xbox magazine. Does that count?
Yeah, MAG Massive Action Game was a PlayStation exclusive title.
No,
which is on PS3, right?
I got an Xbox magazine. Does that count? But yeah, so you had the article that was hidden behind a paywall, right? And so
of course it was.
That's already my first kind of doubt. But and in 2017, it's true. Xbox One was they wanted to close down Xbox as a brand, well, as a console anyway. And that's when Phil Spencer came in and said, "Let me have a stab at it. This is my idea. I think it can work." And that was the birth of Game Pass. And so that's where they went down, and that's what pretty much saved Xbox after the disastrous reveal of, Xbox One, which in my opinion, outside of the whole DRM thing, there were some really cool features that they announced back then that were going to come with the Xbox One that sadly, to this day, never came back. Like the ability to trade your digital purchases in. That was a really cool idea, but you can't do that anymore. The game sharing with up to 8 people. Actually being able to trade your digital games to other people was a cool idea. But the whole DRM thing and the Connect thing was what murdered them, really. I don't even think it was the TV. I think it was the whole Connect forcefully being bundled.
Because Connect made the console more expensive, right? And then, of course, the DRM thing was a double punch. The TV was just there.
That was just the icing.
Yeah.
2021 when they launched the Xbox Series X and S, and they royally screwed up with not having Halo as a launch title, and that hurt them, especially with the way it was designed.
The Series X was Series X like Xbox One, where they were like only specific countries can buy it at launch as well.
I mean, it was always going to be limited because of the shortages of the silicon, so that's not really any surprise.
But the way they worded it wasn't great, if I'm rightly.
But they all said the same thing.
I don't know if that was the Series S or X, but yeah.
But they all said the same thing, so I don't think that was a big issue. The big issue was they launched the platform without any exclusives. Halo was supposed to be the crown jewel. That was the one on the box. And we all saw how Halo was at launch. I still think they should have launched it in that. I mean, it looked like an Xbox One game through and through. But it's clear that they designed it for the Xbox One. Add to that, they didn't actually send development kits to publishers until 2 months before the console came out. Some received it 1 month before the console came out. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that, but that's crazy.
That's mental, right? 1 month before the console came out, officially launched in 2020 is...
They were just given, I'm guessing they were just given PC specs to build around the console.
Yes. Essentially, yeah. That's what they were given. They were given the rough specs. But the actual development kits, I think like companies like Capcom and Square Enix got them 2 months before launch. And other studios that were smaller got them 1 month. Some even like less than that before launch.
I will say, I hate defending Microsoft with this, but at least most of the... At least I'm not a developer, but from what I've heard, a lot of the stuff that is on Xbox runs on Windows. So it's a lot less coding to port from Windows to Xbox. Especially nowadays, because they've got that layer, right? The adaptability layer.
Yeah.
So
I mean, they both
because they both run DirectX, right?
Yeah, Xbox runs DirectX U, which is now, DirectX U is now supported within Windows. So it's just, when you look at the two now, they're essentially just a PC. They built it that way.
I don't want to defend Microsoft like that but out of all, now if Sony did this, that would be screwed up. That would be the worst. That would be the worst timeline, just because you have so many differences between Windows and PlayStation. Because PlayStation uses a completely different system. PlayStation uses a royalty-free.
Isn't it BDS?
Yeah.
BD something? BDSM?
Yeah. Free BDS. Free BS.
Something like that. It's Linux basically.
It's Linux-based operating system, and it uses Linux-based coding system. So, versus DirectX that the Microsoft uses. So if Sony did this, I think the games would have been delayed even longer. Yeah. PlayStation is Linux. You're right. Would.
Paul, I had today.
Vulkan, that's it.
What's called Dolma. DOLMA. Look it up.
I had chicken fajitas, and
that's what I had.
Well, I had chicken fajitas. That's what I had.
I was distracted and came back to hearing BDSM. No, Devin isn't here, Steve. It's okay. You can go away now.
Free BSD, right? I think something like that.
Yeah, something like that. But it's basically Linux. It's just a different form of Linux. But what I'm saying is, in 2021, they got to that point. Xbox didn't release with they needed to come out strong out of the gates after the disaster that was the Xbox One. And people can say it did very well and it did amazing. It really did. I mean, it still sold 60 million units, so I guess it actually didn't do as bad as people thought. But the reality is, in terms of the first-party offerings, it didn't do great. So everyone expected the launch of the Series X to be, a big launch. It needed that Halo there, and it didn't arrive.
Imagine if, because Halo Infinite was free to play, right? The multiplayer.
The multiplayer was, yeah.
Yeah, the game was single player was purchased later, right? I think the multiplayer came out before the single player.
Yes.
Imagine you're like, okay, the new Series X and Series S are launching at so-and-so date. By the way, a new Halo is coming out launch day. And also, it's pre-installed on every system.
That would have been really cool.
When you buy your Series X, it's Halo multiplayer is pre-installed on your Series X. Boom. There you go.
But they didn't have that. So in 2021,
No, they didn't.
there was talks of, the console wasn't faring very well as it could have done, especially with the chip shortages as well, which Microsoft was paying out of the Bawooza to buy them. They were even buying them. They were even out bidding Sony for those silicons at the time. I was reading to make sure they can get enough to manufacture the consoles. But in 2021, they're faced with a choice. Do we continue the way we're going right now, which doesn't look good? Or do we invest in different ways to make more money for the department and for Xbox? And so they say, okay, what we're going to do is start buying studios, and that will, also help Game Pass and try, that will also bolster what Game Pass has got. So it's like a double win. You're going to get all these cool games for Xbox, and then you're also going to get them on the subscription. So it's a double win. And then they bought ABK to bolster that even more, because that strategy was, working for them. How is that seen as a negative? And now, with ABK, as we've seen 3 years later, Xbox, with the change of direction, a decision they made in 2021, I might have add and tell you, has now made Xbox as a department more valuable in terms of revenue than Windows. So wouldn't you say that the decision Nadella made in 2021 in investing more in a company was the right choice? Wasn't that a smart business move? It's now making them way more money.
I agree. It was a smart move of them.
So where's the negative here? And don't forget, right? Most of that 70 billion wasn't for COD, it was for King.
Yeah, I was going to say, I would say 25 billion was probably for Call of Duty.
The rest
50
was for
billion
King.
was King.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because King is just a moneymaker.
Yeah.
It's a milker.
Yeah.
Trust me, Paul, it's delicious.
But reading this, the fact that this person said that it's disappointing, I don't get that.
No, it's not. I mean, and this is the thing, right? They have had, right, technically 4 years to expose this, right? And this is the point that I made in my video, and this is the point that, PlayStation
2
fans...
years, right?
It's 2021, right?
No, 2021 was Obsidian. 2023 was Activision.
I know, but this actual decision was made in 2021.
Yeah, but...
So this guy that's been controlling these stocks for a number of years has known about this and has been sitting on this for 4 years. Right? And he chooses a week before an Xbox announcement to come out with doom and gloom. He can announce it at any time possible. But the one point in time that they want to do this is at a time where Microsoft's about to reveal something, their share prices for his customers, considering he calls himself a Microsoft stockbroker, a portfolio manager, and his job is to maximize their profits. He's releasing this at this time to damage his investors' investment? Make that make sense. Tell me how that in itself makes sense. His primary objective is to make money. It's to grow his investors' money. So he, at the most opportunistic point, finds the perfect time where that investor's money is about to get higher, their shares are about to go up because of the games that are going to be shown, the hype that's going to come with it, and he does his utmost best to damage the investor's investment. Please tell me how that makes sense.
It doesn't. The only way it makes sense is if he wants to damage it so he can buy more stocks for himself.
What do you mean?
And then when it gets hyped...
What do you mean I think I'm a pony?
Yeah, he can't be the pony, Bags. I've got to be there. I'm supposed to be the pony in this conversation. I feel offended.
No,
Yes.
King is worth more than... King is worth way more than COD.
Yeah, King is worth way.
King
Way
is just
more.
passive money. You don't even have to develop it. That just brings in like $2 billion a year without even trying.
Yeah. I mean, just look at gacha games in general. Look at Dokkan Battle, which is the Dragon Ball game I played. Namco said the fact that it's one of their biggest grossing amount of money. It's a 10-year-old gacha game, and it still makes more money than every other console game they release.
I mean, gacha games are insane, right? But this is what I'm saying.
Not normally 10 years later.
You know, and people are
It's a 10-year-old
saying
gacha.
that news that came out with Master Chief Collection and Gears Collection going to PlayStation. And in my video, I said that I don't care if the games go or not. I care about the timing, because now that's all everyone's going to talk about. And the timing that the rumor came out is so specific. It could have came out at any point. It could have came out last year. It could have came out at the start of January. It could have come out after the actual showcase. But it came out one day after the Dev Direct
It
reveal.
came out as a way to try and counter it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's clearly it. That's all it is.
The whole thing is designed to be, I guess, as they say it, Xbox bad. And when people talk about the Xbox tax, this is what they refer to.
Now, do you think it's Microsoft leaking it, though? Do you think Microsoft's trying to plan it?
In what way? Why would they do that? I mean, I get the Ubisoft doing it because, I mean, I've said this from the very beginning, right? And everyone knows I've been saying this. Ubisoft is deliberately crashing their share price. They are deliberately doing it, and they are damaging the brand so they can basically sell the company. Either sell it to a third party or sell it to the Guillermo family. Because Tencent right now can't do nothing. Until 2027, they can't sell their shares because they're locked in. So I feel sorry for Tencent in that regard. But until 2030, they're not even allowed to buy more shares. So they can sell in 2027, which works for the Guillermo family really, really well if they've tanked the shares that badly, because they'll just scoop all those shares up for cheap. But they can't do anything until 2030. And from where I'm seeing...
The reason why I say Microsoft doing it is because maybe they're like, okay, this is something that we might be announcing during the showcase. We know it's going to piss people off because there's a lot of people out there that don't want to see Halo and Gears on PlayStation. Which,
but it's not announcing in the
as
showcase.
someone who wants... But no, I'm just saying, like, in a future showcase. I don't think it'd be this one, but they know that it would eventually come out. And if it is happening, but I don't know. I have no idea. And I personally, as someone who likes Halo and Gears, and I like PlayStation more than Xbox, I want to say I hope they don't. I hope they stay on Microsoft. As much as I technically would like to play them on PlayStation, I would rather have competition, have something that I would want to buy the console for. But that's just me. I'm still like Chaos, where I grew up with console exclusivities, and so I don't know. I feel like in some ways Microsoft was... I feel like Microsoft was involved in the leak somehow.
I don't think so. It doesn't make sense this time. This one doesn't make sense.
When do all Microsoft choices make sense?
But when have they leaked anything?
Normally, if it's them leaking it, we won't know they leaked it.
But what possible benefit could they have leaking it just before a show that's supposed to increase their share prices? That's essentially turning around and saying that they don't want to make money.
I guess make sure that maybe they knew the leak was going to come out after the show, had the leak before the show, get people down on the console, and then when the showcase comes out next week and it's all amazing and great,
But the hype,
it brings the hype level back up.
I don't know. For a lot of people, the hype is gone. I mean, you've got the super pro Xbox influencers who will lap up everything, and that's fine, right?
But that's every brand out there.
Right, they're gonna lap up everything as soon as it's revealed. But for the average person, that hype that they had as soon as the announcement came out, I feel has been damaged a lot, and you can see that sentiment around. So
well,
I don't think
right? There's no announcements of.
Yeah, but you get what I'm saying. But I don't think this one was
Yeah.
thing. I mean, don't forget this same guy last year at exactly the same time said that Starfield was coming to PlayStation in 2024. Exactly the same time.
He's also recently said the fact that there's a state of play in February.
Right.
So take it with a grain of salt, and by salt I mean a grain. I mean like a packet. Yeah.
But it just doesn't make sense to me. And then you're seeing all of this information. It's like I know Nibs really likes to go into a lot of detail. Like, no one's going to read all this.
Yeah, that's right. There's so many words.
Like, ain't no one reading that. But, you know...
It's like a terms of service. Nobody ever actually reads them. They just click accept.
Why would you invest? I mean, even if we go past the 2021 and we get to 2023 and, you know, we agree that Bethesda didn't really move the needle when it came to Xbox financial earnings.
Fair, it didn't.
Right? Really. You know, it didn't. Maybe a little bit, but it's very, very minuscule. If they didn't believe in the brand, if they didn't believe in the brand, why would you invest $70 billion in something you don't believe in?
Yeah.
Why would you invest $70 billion in something you do not believe in? That's the question. You don't just spend $70 billion for the sake of it. That's not how it works.
No, they don't get bored. You don't get bored and $75 billion drop out your pocket.
You know, I don't care how rich the company is. You don't just throw $75 billion like that. I don't know. So I think that whole article, in its most basic form, is just a pile of rubbish.
I'm sure there's grains of truth. Like there's always grains of truth.
There's always
but
a bit of grain
the
of
overall
truth.
article is wrong.
I mean, this statement here that in 2021 they were faced with a choice, I believe they were. Right?
Yeah.
They were like, right, the Xbox isn't doing very well, so what are we doing, folks? Are we going to call it a day, or are we going to reinvest?
I wouldn't be surprised if the only truth was that one sentence, and then everything else was like invented around it to give it a good story.
Yeah.
that was probably the only statement the company got. And that was it. And everything else was just drivel that they wrote.
It just doesn't make sense, right? To me, it just doesn't make any sense. And I was looking at the article, I was thinking about it, and to me, it just seems so, like, out there, kind of. Like, I'm sure that conversation came up. What are we going to do? You know,
spoilers. So I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna leak it here. I'm sure when the PS3 was struggling, and then we found out that by the way, did you know that the TV business is what saved Sony?
That one, I thought it was their camera.
No, it was their TV business that saved Sony.
I always thought it was the camera because I read about their camera business. Because I know their TVs were failing. Their mobiles were failing.
That I think it was like the Wega or something like that system, that the TVs that came out. Yeah.
or Vega, as they're pronounced.
That actually saved. That actually saved Sony.
Interesting.
The PlayStation was bleeding so much money.
Oh, they were, because at one point they were looking to sell.
And I'm sure this exact moment that was happening right now had even earlier on with Sony.
But you know that at one point
Trust
they were
me, this is
planning
coming from a fanboy.
They were planning on selling the PlayStation brand to keep Sony alive.
Probably.
No,
imagine
that's a fact.
if they sold it to Apple.
They were
considering Apple flipping too.
They were considering, because Sony was about to go bankrupt, and once I think it was the PS2. The PS1 was alright, but the PS2 is what basically saved Sony, and then there was interest, and they were considering selling the brand.
Because PS1 was just made because as an anger response to Nintendo, and because they already had 90% of the system made, right? Because the fact that it already had its own GPU, I think, and it had the CD drive, and it had extra RAM already because it needed the extra RAM for the CD games on the SNES anyway. They were like, well, our system already has a GPU, it has RAM, it has a CD drive. All we need to do is invest into a CPU, and then we've got our own console. Let's do that. And that's why the PS1 was born. So,
Owner the Fanboy, they also have 95 or 94% of their subscribers on the base subscription plan, not on extras and premium, whereas Microsoft has 80 to 85% on Ultimate. So where you've got a bunch of people paying $60, they have a bunch of people paying $165, $170. Over double, almost triple what you're paying. So in terms of revenue income, they're definitely
also
making more.
I've got a question. How many percentage-wise is it of PlayStation Plus? Oh.
I think it's about 92%, 92 to 94% that was on PlayStation Plus. Okay. Extras is 6% and premium is 4%.
Okay.
It's very low that people convert to extras and premium. Extras and premium is about 10%.
No, I meant like actual console, like because the fact that there's more PlayStations sold, there'd be technically more PlayStation Plus sold because there's more PlayStations.
Well, not everyone buys.
If you can, but if you're comparable Plus, no, because not everyone buys Plus.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting to see how many people have Plus on their system versus how many people have Xbox. It might be more people invest into Xbox anyway.
Well, I mean, it's been revealed that 25% of PlayStation 5s haven't even been turned on. This was last year. That 25% of the PS5s that are reported sold haven't actually been switched on. They've not been activated. So, if you remove 25% from your, say, 70 million, you're on average dropping down to about 50 million anyway. Give or take, 45 to 50 million. So that kind of coincides with your game, PlayStation Plus. Because generally, if you have a console, you kind of do get something with it.
Yeah.
Hey, look, we don't talk about that, Bags. My percentage stays secret. My percentage stays secret, boy. We don't talk about that. Leave my percentages. You don't need to know why.
But Paul, people, teraflops is. I much prefer when people compare them with GameCubes. How many GameCubes that stuck together? That's my favorite power measurement. That's the real test of power. Is how many GameCubes is your console? Or how does your console rank compared to Dragon Ball characters? Like, yeah.
But here's the thing, right? Going back to that information, the the points that were being made by that guy, where companies were talking about not wanting to put their games on Game Pass. Nothing nefarious involved, just a lengthy process to build things out securely and slowly transition. Microsoft has been great about not forcing anything on anyone regarding going on Game Pass. So the dude that was in the article saying that Microsoft was forcing them to do stuff has already been debunked.
Yeah.
And if they were doing so bad in shutting down, why would they bother launching 2 consoles, buy ZeniMax, and then go to buy ABK, and then you have, where is it? This one over here, where they're still making Xbox console hardware isn't under threat. They're still making Xbox consoles. So if this article is so true, why would they continue investing in hardware? Why would they continue investing in consoles? It doesn't make any sense. It's as you say. He found the perfect time, the most opportunistic time for himself to buy shares.
Yeah.
Dude wanted shares. He went straight for it. Because it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make any sense. You know, Jason Ronald, the VP, is telling you that the console hardware isn't under threat. They are still making consoles. But we've also known that it's no longer the only way to play Xbox games. And that's fine. I don't see a problem with that.
Oh. We'll see. I'm excited. The showcase is next week. I'm going to try and watch it on my phone while you react.
Here's a question for you.
With your son.
Is Game Pass profitable?
I don't know. I mean, maybe. I'd be shocked if it isn't.
Okay, so let's do the maths, right? Also, there was one more thing I wanted to show here. Let me see if I can find it. I was supposed to have this found earlier.
See, it also depends on how many people buy DLC as well, like in microtransactions on top of the Game Pass. Because you're more likely to spend money on a game if you've got the game for free. If you understand what I mean.
Yeah, I did that with COD.
Yeah.
Is this what
and
I'm
I feel
for?
like that's one of the benefits of Game Pass from Microsoft. They can give you the game for free. They've got their monthly active users. So you're giving them the money for the Game Pass, and then you're also more likely to buy a skin.
All right, here we go. So, you've got this over here, which shows 34 million, right? In 2024. Yeah. Now, keep in mind, this what you're about to see here is a breakdown of what that 34 million is. So you've got the total, which is 34 million, rounded up. You've got Xbox Game Pass at 22 million.
Yeah.
And you've got Xbox Live Gold, which is now core, at 11.7 million. But do you see what it says down here? It's really important.
Not excluding PC.
Excluding PC Game Pass. And PC Game Pass, the last we heard, was at about 10 to 12 million. And that was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So all this talk about Xbox Game Pass being at 34 million is excluding PC Game Pass. Are you telling me that all those Microsoft lost 10 million subscriptions in 2 years? I don't believe that for a second. I don't believe that for a second. So we're looking at 45 million, but we're looking at 34 million.
I would say the issue with that though is if that doesn't show much growth though. Even if they haven't lost it, it's not much growth.
Here's the thing though, right? We also know that this number here
Yeah, has gone down.
has gone down, but the number hasn't gone up, and it hasn't gone down.
Yeah.
So what's happening?
They're going to core, right? Which is the...
No. The core. This is core.
No, I meant like the new one that they have.
Yeah. No. It just converted. It's gone from... all it did was a name change. But it went from... This has gone down to like 8 or 7 million now.
Yeah.
But this number hasn't changed. So what's happening? Anyone?
I mean, people have upgraded, right?
There you go. They've managed to get...
But they want their day one.
No, but what I'm saying is they've managed to get people that are essentially on PS Plus, Xbox Live, they've upsold those people into Game Pass Ultimate. So where they were paying $60 a year, now they're paying triple that amount. That's insane. That's basically, I mean, when you think about it, if the same number of people just signed up to gold, that would be 40 million just on gold. And they've upsold those people to Game Pass. And at the time, Ultimate was the only one available. This was before Standard. These numbers were in place. But when you consider PC Game Pass as well, which is around 10 to 12 million, and then you've got the subscription base that's come in from, so that's putting it already at like 45 million. Then you're looking at the Call of Duty, Indiana Jones, Stalker 2. They brought in, Call of Duty, Satya Nadella said, was the highest subscription count they've had ever for day one in the existence of Game Pass itself. So it's predictable. We'll see when the earnings call comes out, but assuming there's been like 3 or 4 million, maybe 5 million subscriptions, maybe some of them dropped after a month. I expect they will after a month, but let's just say 4 or 5 million, sugarcoating it a little bit. You're looking at 50 million subscriptions and that 80% margin that was on here probably now is sitting closer to around 85 to 90%. And that's the difference. That's a lot of money. And so if we use a calculator and say that the average medium is about £13, right, for between Gold Game Pass and PC Game Pass, and we times that by 45 million.
Why are you doing that? I'm just gonna say I find it funny. Everyone's just talking about baby steps in your chat.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, so no one cares about this stuff?
They're distracted by baby steps, which I find funny.
And then I'm going to price
Alex says baby steps day one for me. Devin says I'll buy it day one if it's $40.
Devin will buy anything PlayStation. That guy bought 3 copies of Concord.
Well, if you buy 3 copies of Concord, you got to buy 4 copies of baby steps, right? That way you got 1 per foot. If you got 2 feet, you can have 2 people.
But they're making 445 million a month, right? Yeah. If you multiply that by 12, that is $5.46 billion they make a year on Game Pass. The last we heard from Phil Spencer, it cost them $1 billion to maintain. But let's just say it costs them $1.5 billion now to maintain.
Say 1.5 with inflation and stuff and
right?
Updates.
So you're now looking at $4 billion profit. How is it not profitable?
3.5. You said 5 billion, right?
5.5 billion, yeah. So if you take one off, it's
3.5 billion profit.
How? That's
you
removing
said
2.
1.5.
Yeah, and we're at 5.5.
Oh, you said 5. I thought you said 5, not 5.5. Sorry.
Okay, so 5.5 minus 1.5 billion.
Yeah,
you're still sitting at $4 billion. How is that not profitable? I mean, I guess, and let's just say, let's minus the actual. I'm going to probably mess this up now. How many zeros is that? Another 6 zeros. All right.
A lot of zeros.
So we're looking at 4 billion divided by. Should we say the average game price is $60? Because you get some games at 50, some at 70, some at 40.
Yeah,
So
I'd say 60.
So 60 is fair, yeah?
Yeah,
so technically-
60 is fair.
They sell 66,666, basically 67 million copies worth of games based on that.
They sell a Wii Sports game every year.
That's not bad,
No,
right?
that's pretty good.
That's just subscription money. And the best part of this is that every month their bank account is getting 455 million. And that's growing.
Yeah. Man, I wish I would get 450 million a month.
If it's more than 3 zeros, it's a W.
Unless it's, I don't know, that could also be a big L if it's the opposite way around.
How much are they losing? Not much. Not much at all.
The thing is, though, even if they were, even giving away COD, you're still gonna have all the people then buying the battle pass that they weren't gonna buy
Microtransactions.
before. You're gonna have microtransactions. You're gonna have a lot of people purchasing stuff, and even playing Call of Duty that didn't play Call of Duty. There'll be people that have started playing Call of Duty because it's on the Game Pass and they can download it for free, versus making an investment of £70. You got to remember, there's a lot of free-to-play games that people want to play.
I mean,
And
I've
there's so many different free-to-play games making people. There's nobody has infinite time, so.
I mean, at the end of the day, I haven't played COD since really Modern Warfare 2. I think there was one more I played, and I'm talking the 360.
I played the launch title on PS4. That was the one that went to space. I can't remember which one that was now.
I'm not sure. The last one I played, it ended
But
on a.
that was only because I don't know why Activision did this. Right, this is one of the weirdest marketing things I've ever seen. We got access to the PlayStation before release, right? I was able to get my hands on it before release. For some reason, Activision was selling Call of Duty on the PS4 before the console came out. You could buy the game 2 weeks before the console came out.
Steve, what are you on about? How many zeros is what? Wait, does Slimy create a new account to just come in here?
Who is that?
Oh, Slimy was some idiot in my last stream that Powerboss nuked.
Now the fanboy, please stop behaving. I love PlayStation more than most people do, but some of the stuff you've been saying is kind of a little bit too much.
He's not banned.
Trust me,
Bags.
he's just timed out.
No, I mean Slimy. I've checked. He's not been banned. He was timed out last stream, but he's not banned. He just hasn't come back. Yeah, Steve has moderator rights. He can handle the chat as he sees fit.
All I know is there's 34 likes and 77 people watching. Hit that like button.
But what I'm saying is, people saying that Game Pass isn't profitable is not true. And as for Call of Duty, as I was saying, I haven't played a Call of Duty in God knows how long, right? But I got it. My kid is enjoying it because I got it for Game Pass. He's a keyboard and mouse player. He's enjoying it on PC, so I got him the Vault Edition, which, the Vault upgrade, which gave him all those shiny, cool looking weapons. So that's 30 quid they got off me. I bought a few bits and bobs for him as well that he wanted to buy. These are stuff that they would never have got off me. So maybe you're saying, well, if you've already spent like 50 quid on the game, then why didn't you just buy the game? But then the game would have cost me 70 plus at 50. It would have cost me 120. Call of Duty is only valid for 1 year. Next year there's a new one. So at the end of the day, they've got money off me that they would never have got before by putting it on Game Pass. And there are loads of people like me out there. So I think the move was just fine. And then you're looking at the amount of people that subscribe to Game Pass for Call of Duty. And then that's a lot, even more money that's coming. I know you're looking at all the microtransactions.
I would do the same. I'll be honest, I subscribed to Game Pass so I could play Halo when Halo came out.
Wait, who's racist? Wait, what did I miss? Not looking at chat. Who's racist?
What happened there? I didn't see that.
Oh, I'm free. I feel like I did.
Please do not bring racism to this.
Wait, who was being racist?
Ever. I don't know, but I'm just saying, no matter what, I don't know who it was. Just don't ever do that.
No, that's a permanent ban on my stream. So who was it? I'm happy to permanently ban.
Now we're confused. Who? The guy timed out. It's why I timed him out.
Okay, if that's fair. Steve, if you can make a note of the name, let me know, and I will ban him after.
Suppose it was the own D guy. It says bullets.
Yeah, but I need to.
I think his name was like Own D Fanboys. Or something like that. Yeah, Own D Fanboy.
That's fine. Let me just see if I can find it.
Now, I don't know what he said, and I don't want to know what he said. But yeah.
I found him. Let me see.
Yeah, yeah, it's probably best to move on and do this off stream.
No, that's fine. As we were.
Yeah, let's move on.
I don't have
Look,
to.
I don't want one of my first permanent chances to be on the stream to end with that.
No, it's okay. It's okay, chat. It's okay.
Welcome, Chille, as a permanent guest, by the way. After that, no. No more shows.
What can I say? Okay, he is officially gone. And will never be back. But this is what I'm saying, like, based on this. I mean, when Paul Tassi made that statement, there's no way they lost over 10 million subs in 2 years. I just refuse to believe that. So the 34 million that they were saying at the time?
I mean, maybe technically they lost... Okay, maybe they technically lost 10 million, but only because those 10 million upgraded to more expensive subs. So they lost 10 million basic subs, but they gained 10 million...
But then that's still not including PC.
Yeah, that's not included. By the way, I'm not saying they actually lost it. I'm just saying the fact that technically they lost that tier, which means these people are reporting the fact that they lost it, when in reality they didn't. If you understand what I mean.
Yep.
So like they want to twist the words to make it sound worse than it actually is, and that's what a lot of these companies want to do with Microsoft, which sucks. Again, this is again coming from a PlayStation fanboy.
Where is it?
But a big shout out to everyone that watched the reveal trailer of, well, the channel update trailer. I say reveal trailer. The reveal trailer for Chaos. It made me smile seeing all the lovely comments about me being on. So seriously, thank you everyone. when I saw Chaos sent me the trailer, and I liked it. It was cool, but then I was worried that like the community wouldn't actually respond that way because you always misjudge yourself. And so seriously, thank you everyone for all the love, and so just want to thank you and Chaos's entire community for being so wonderful. Like, I just want to say you're all amazing.
But yeah, see, Tom Warren is saying that in 2022, they were at 25 million. That's not what that is telling you, though.
Yeah.
That's not what that's telling you at all.
Bullets, I agree. Chaos should play Dragon Ball Z: The Breakers on Community Night.
What? Wait, what? What am I getting dragged into? No.
Bullet says, do you think Chaos should play a 4v1 game like Dragon Ball Z Breakers on Community Night? And I agree. We should have Dragon Ball The Breakers.
You guys are crazy.
Which is basically Dead by Daylight, but Dragon Ball.
Dead by Daylight?
Yeah. But with Dragon Ball characters.
Don't do this to me.
Steven, now they get... Yeah. You're not wrong, Stephen. I still feel bad that like they had their anniversary and they had like 2 new attacks added to the game for the anniversary, and then they're like, but it's okay. We've got our Christmas event coming up, and like everyone's like, cool. And they're like, we've got a new season pass for Christmas. Do you want what they added for the Christmas season pass, Chaos?
What?
5 different colored pumpkin heads.
See, that's really cool, right?
For Christmas.
It's cool, right?
For Christmas. And then New Year, they're like, well, it's okay, New Year, we're going to give everyone a reward for we'll give you a different colored pumpkin head. Sanchez, talk about Destiny 2 though. I don't know if it's a glitch, but Destiny 1 got updated.
They figured out how that worked.
How?
They deciphered that the big mystery was revealed. Everyone was wondering, why did Destiny 1 get an update? And they figured it out. So, for Destiny 1, they were looking at doing some stuff before Destiny 2 came about. And one of the developers at the time who no longer works there, back in the late, was it in like the 2018 or 2016? Something that they were planning. They decided that, we're just going to put it ahead by 10 years and no one will really... I'll get back to it one day. And they never got back to it.
Oh, that makes sense.
And they never got back to it.
That's like those gacha games where events will end in 2036. Like, they know that eventually they'll normally update it to push it back.
Yeah, so...
they didn't that makes sense. Yeah, so they set the date to be... the servers won't be live then.
Yeah.
We might not... servers won't be live, or we'll still be making stuff.
Well, they didn't assume the game would be alive by that point.
Yeah.
And they left and didn't hand it over to anyone, probably forgot about it, and off they go! That's an interesting one. But talking about idiots, how about this one? Listen to how he exposes himself to Nintendo. He really wants Nintendo to notice him. Like, he's begging for Nintendo to notice him.
I did a naughty PC thing. I can confirm Breath of the Wild is graded for 60. I tried to set it up. I wanted to play it co-op. There was like a co-op mod, and I couldn't get it to run well, Patrick. And I was like, I just gave up. I did a naughty PC thing. I can confirm.
By the way, I don't know how much you can talk about this on your stream because of Nintendo, but I will say that's one thing that made me disappointed in some communities. And have you frozen?
No.
Oh, no, okay. That's one thing that's made me disappointed. I was looking, when the Switch 2 reveal, I saw so many people going, I'm not buying the Switch 2, I'll just emulate it. and I'm like, this just feels dirty. I don't care if you really are going to do it. It just feels dirty. I don't like. Please, it's just the reveal of the console. Shut up. People are excited. People are excited for a new hardware.
I know, but this guy openly just said he's downloading ISOs.
Yeah.
He's pirating the games, Nintendo games. I don't get how these guys are so brazen with Nintendo. Mate, I'm scared to stream a Nintendo game because they'll probably delete my channel. I'll say something wrong and they'll send Mario to my door to delete it himself.
It's a me, Deleto.
Pretty much. It's like, and these guys are like, yeah, you know, I pirate Nintendo games and I'm trying to mod it and stuff, do stuff that I'm not supposed to, and you know, but it didn't do it, so I guess I'll just keep the downloaded file on my ROMs folder.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't get it. Like, why
Well,
would
you know what, Nintendo, I will be buying your system when you release a new Pokemon game. I've said that.
Oh, it's mental. I pirate Nintendo games. I did not say that. I have my collection of games that I purchased. At least I've bought them. I buy my Switch games because I'm scared of Nintendo.
I would do that, but all my Switch games are digital, so.
I actually, honestly, I don't know why, but Nintendo's Switch is the only one that I actually bother buying physicals for.
I only really buy Pokemon games, so.
Mainly because
all
they're
of
on
them are-
cartridge.
Yeah.
Because cartridges live for a long time.
Spoilers: your cartridges will outlast your Blu-ray discs.
Also, you can't buy this anymore. Haha!
Nice.
Might be worth something one day. Wait, Man United is losing 3-1? Oof. And look, these weren't no Jimmy hoodwinkle like my PS5 Pro.
I got really confused there, Paul, for a second. I thought you said I see. I think I tried to not read his
How
name.
can you hate
I just read,
Man United?
I hate Man United more than I hate dogs and Reforge. I think
How do you hate Man United? That's just there's just something wrong with you. You can't do that. You can't do that.
How can you hate dogs? That's the main thing. But I think he meant DCG.
What if you hear this? The Nintendo Switch has officially outsold the PlayStation 2 with 46.6 million units sold in the United States. The Nintendo DS
Well
remains as the best-selling console of all time in the US.
That's awesome.
Something so weak. It doesn't... I mean, this just showed you that Nintendo, outside of the Wii U, which was a blip, which gave birth to the Switch, they really can't do no wrong.
And I think the Wii U was just because of the confusion of the name, really, more than anything. So, E-Rank says PlayStation will find some... Yeah, Sony will scramble up some sales.
You support Liverpool? Then you should love Man United. They're like your homies.
You know, one day I should send Chaos my special Wii U as a gift.
One day.
Yeah.
Time to update the sales numbers. I still suspect they're going to release a couple more special editions on the Wii U to try and drum up a few more sales.
Yeah. Oh, you know what I want on the Switch too?
What?
Please, Wind Waker HD 2 remaster. Just give me a Wind Waker HD remaster, please. That was my favorite Zelda game.
So,
I like how you moved on from that.
I mean, Zelda, Wind Waker, it's old. It's like, why do you want old games? Get new games. Is
I
what I
want
would
it.
is what I would say if I wasn't going to show you this.
I don't even know what this game is.
Oh, this game was.
Yeah, how dare you, Chille, want your old game? By the way, everyone, look at this cool new old game.
Yeah, it's so awesome, and it's getting an Xbox release as well.
I don't even know what this game is.
This is an RPG. It's I think I can't remember what it was released on actually. It's like really old, but they remastered it.
Why do I want to say like NES for some reason?
No, not that old, but I can't remember what it first came out on. Go away. But it has it's got two versions of the game. So it was on the PS1 as well. But yeah, it's got the remastered version with updated sprites and everything, with the new localization. And it's got two games in there, Lunar Silver Story and Lunar Eternal Blue.
PS1 and Sega Saturn.
Wasn't it released earlier than that as well? I swear Lunar was released on something like the Mega CD.
No, I don't think so. From the Wikipedia, it looks like it's. From the Wikipedia, it looks like it's on the as I said, the PS1 and Sega Saturn.
But yeah, it's a new collection coming.
1996.
So, like you wanted a HD version, there you go. Lunar Remastered Collection.
Oh, Woodpit. You say Jeff? That remind me. I don't know if he deleted it really, really fast. You know Jeff Keighley?
Yeah.
He tweeted out saying, "I can't wait for the Switch 2. It looks amazing," and then his tweet had a picture of the Switch 1.
Oh dang.
He deleted that tweet really fast, but now he's like, "Yeah, I'm really excited for the Switch 2."
See, he does have Lunar on Mega CD. I thought it was on Mega CD.
You sure?
Paul Harris has it.
I blame the Wikipedia then.
Yeah, I thought it was on the Mega CD because I remember it being quite an old game, but they've redone it and it looks quite nice now. But man,
Okay, yeah, because I'm looking at the complete game. For some reason, okay, yeah, you're right, Mega CD, which was Lunar the Silver Star, and then Lunar Star the Complete came out on Sega Saturn and PS1. You're right, I was wrong.
Wait, Devin is a Cowboys fan? Oh, yo, Steve, did you hear? Devin is a Cowboys fan.
Man, I want to visit Texas again. It's been 20 years.
So, Chille, two things, right? Considering now everyone is saying that Nate the Hate is 100% right and everything he says is true.
Yeah, he is God.
Right? That means that it's officially now confirmed, 100% without a shadow of doubt, that Final Fantasy VII Remake is coming to Xbox this year.
Yeah. But it's also not this game.
But Nate the Hate said that it's coming this year.
Yeah, but it's also not this game. This specific title is not this game.
Why not?
Because they've said it's a new title in a long existing
franchise. No, it's not this game. I get that.
Yeah, it's not this game. That's what I said.
Right.
I didn't say it's not going to be at the show. I said it's not this game.
But that means it's definitely coming this year, right? Because his rumors can't be... It definitely can't be wrong.
No. But it's definitely not this game that there.
What do you think it is?
I kind of agree with my friend Gary, who brought it up on one of my Discords. Because I don't want to claim it myself, because, you know. Ninja Gaiden.
Everyone is saying Ninja Gaiden. Why not Tenchu?
Because Ninja Gaiden is a well-known Xbox franchise, in my opinion. Like, when I think...
it was released for the original Xbox, right? I don't think it came out on anything else. It's like really old.
They said a brand new game in an really old franchise.
No, legendary franchise is what they said.
I'd say Ninja Gaiden is a legendary franchise.
I'd say Final Fantasy is a legendary franchise.
Yeah, but it's not a new. Final Fantasy VII Remake is not a new title.
But Final Fantasy 17 is.
Yeah, but that's not going to be there.
How do you know that?
Easy. It's not. Square probably doesn't even have. Square barely has napkins written about it. So to be fair, though, I will give them. I will say, you never know with Square. Like, remember, Square came on stage, announced Final Fantasy VII Remake, and then the directors phoned them up off while they were on stage and was like, "Wait, I'm making this." Do you remember that, right?
Yeah.
Because the director didn't know that he was actually in charge of the remake. It wasn't until it was officially announced that he knew that it was actually being made.
I mean, it's almost as bad as the developers at Anthem. When they saw the E3 trailer and said, so this is what the game is. We didn't know until this point. It's great that we found out with the rest of the world. Did you know that the actual developers didn't...
That's what I said. The studio and the producer didn't know.
Yeah. The Anthem developers didn't actually know that they were making what they were making because they actually had a few developers locked away in a secret room that only they had key access to enter, and no one else could go in there outside of the select team. And they were secretly building that game trailer, that playable demo, and they weren't allowed to talk to anyone about it. They didn't tell anyone what the game was. They're working away building something that's never going to actually be real, wasting their time and wasting, resources, while they're secretly away building something that the game is, I guess, supposed to be. And then when they were excited to see what they're going to reveal, because they didn't work on anything at E3, then they saw that and they were like, so this is what this game is supposed to be. Thankfully, we actually found out. If we missed the E3 trailer, we'd never have known. It's like, how do you go about that?
Gen X says maybe Dragon Quest, because Dragon Quest has technically already been announced. But I'm going to tell you now, I don't think Dragon Quest will be here. I think Dragon Quest, though, I don't want to say I'll put money on it, but I 100% think that Dragon Quest 12 will be at the Nintendo Showcase in April.
Chille wants to
That'll be one of the Texas to visit Dreamcast, guys.
Oh no!
Imagine that collab.
I mean, that's
actually, please don't.
Oh, that was bad as well. Studio was shut down while developers were still making the game.
Yeah.
Oh, now we're gonna get Returnal. What if, right? What if the game we're actually getting turns out? I mean, this is just obviously there's more chances of seeing a flying pig at this point. But how will the internet be if that mystery game is a PlayStation IP?
I mean,
what Japanese IPs does PlayStation
imagine
have?
if it's Spider-Man.
Yeah, but Insomniac isn't Japanese, right? It has to be a Japanese IP. So what could it be? What Japanese IPs does Sony have?
Astro Bot.
Can you imagine if Astro Bot came to the Xbox? It will go from the number one hated game to the number one praised. Maybe.
Tokyo Jungle.
I don't think... Do you actually have any Japanese IPs?
I don't think anymore, really, right?
You're a Japanese company and you don't have any Japanese IPs.
Because they got rid of the Japanese studio, so don't think they have any, right?
Yeah,
I mean, technically they have Bloodborne, right? Technically.
Yeah, but they don't do it. Yeah, but they haven't done it. They won't do anything with Bloodborne.
They refuse.
No.
Yeah, they've said the fact they're not going to do anything out of respect for the artist.
What if they ported it to Xbox before making it for PlayStation?
Bullets kill. I'm calling that we won't hear about Dragon Quest 12 until the Nintendo Showcase. that's going to be when they're going to drop stuff for Dragon Quest 12.
But what if it is Dragon Quest 12?
No, I think it's more likely Dragon
Hi-Fi
Quest
Rush 2.
2 HD.
Don't be daft.
It could, you know what? It could also be a legendary IP that's an old game.
They're
You
not
know what was
saying.
trademarked
They
recently?
didn't say old though.
If it's a
Then
legendary IP, it's probably old.
They said it has decades of history. Only one game comes to
That's
mind.
old.
Final Fantasy. That
Echo
has
the Dolphin.
decades of history. Piss off. You know what? If that happens and they announce Echoes of Dolphin, I'm gonna
It
make
just got
sure.
trademarked.
I'm gonna make sure that you sit down and play it.
Sony just redid the trademark for Echo the Dolphin a couple of days ago.
I know, and you're gonna sit down and play it. Guy's hyperventilating already.
Look, I'm having flashbacks to the fact that I could never beat even the first level. I mean, we're already getting Pac-Man back. Remember, we're already getting... we're already getting Pac-Man. Remember, we're getting Pac-Man roguelike.
Blue Dragon could be one, but that's kind of gone and done with.
We already had remasters of one of the other good games, which was Toe Jam and L. They got a sequel to that already.
Breath of Fire, I truly hope it's not Final Fantasy, please dear God. Hey, what's up, Taz? Dead or Alive, Beach Volleyball, Extreme.
Yeah, Steven's right, though. If it's Persona, that'd be a massive win for Microsoft. If it's Persona 7.
A new Nier?
Persona 6.
Persona 6 could be one, definitely. Scalebound, I guess.
Yeah, that's Paul Harris. That's Stephen Kennedy. Sorry,
But it's not
it would.
I mean, it could be Scalebound.
Yeah, Dragon Quest is way bigger than Final Fantasy in Japan.
Yeah, it is.
Became a national holiday when a
Super
Dragon Quest
Monkey
game came
Ball.
out. That was a good game. That was a good game. Space Channel 5.
What is wrong with you people?
I'll take a new Crazy Taxi actually.
Crazy Taxi is going to be awesome. I can't wait for that to come out.
Yeah.
The new Virtua Fighter looks pretty good as well. If you've
that
seen
looks beautiful.
the technical shorts that they're showing.
The issue with Bullets, I don't trust them to do Shenmue well. That's my issue. Well, a lot of people want more Shenmue, but don't realize that most of the people that made good Shenmue games have left the studio now.
Well, you can still rely on new systems. Shenmue 3 wasn't bad. It's just he decided he didn't want to modernize it and keep the Dreamcast aesthetic, which I think was stupid. He should have modernized it. It just didn't make sense why he did that. It still feels as stiff as it did from the Dreamcast days. And his thought process for that is that he wanted to maintain that feel for the game. And I just think it just probably wasn't the smartest thing to do. Die Hard Trilogy would be awesome, would Pit? Die Hard Arcade was
the PS1
amazing.
title, right?
It was I'm not sure it was PS1. I mean, it's different. I don't know if it's the same arcade one because it was called different. It had different names. It was called Dynamite Decker in Japan when it first came out on the Dreamcast. It was an arcade game. Devil May Cry is another option. I mean, we haven't seen Devil May Cry in a long time.
Yes, remastered the sequel, Devil May Cry 2.
Nah, we're gonna get Dante
nobody
with
wants.
pink hair, nose ring, in Speedo pants.
I mean, that's what basically Devil May Cry 2 felt like, so sure. Bullets Kill, Dragon Ball Daima game. There is supposed to be a new Dragon Ball game going to be announced sometime this year. I don't know when, but supposedly they do have something in the works. I don't know what it is. We do have the League of Legends game coming out at some point, but but with by the way, Battle Hour has finally officially been cancelled, which sucks. For anyone that was excited for Battle Hour, of course, has been cancelled. It was going to be set in LA, and of course, with the tragedy that's happened in LA, they have had to cancel. They've had to cancel Battle Hour. So
Goodbye, Battler. You'll be missed.
it's a shame because it was going to be cool. You had like Sparking Zero news, you had Kakarot news, you had Dokkan Battle news, you had Fighters tournament, you had a card game tournament, you had they supposed it was going to be talking about the anime. There was going to be a load of Dragon Ball news over the weekend, this weekend. So it's as a Dragon Ball fan, it sucks. It was a big hype weekend that people have been excited for months, and even people that played the gacha game. There was a tournament in the gacha game where if you were in the top 50 people, they had a special fan meet up at the event for specific people that got in the top 50 to meet up in Vegas to play stuff early and get some early reveals. So it's a shame.
And before anyone says that Final Fantasy 7 wouldn't work on the Series S, I just want to point out that you're wrong. And I can prove you're wrong. Maybe. If I
Yeah,
can
because
find it.
the Steam Deck version.
There you go. The Steam Deck version of Rebirth is running.
Yeah, I'm impressed by that. They got it optimized like hell. Because they couldn't get it work. They didn't want to make it work on the PS4 supposedly. So
I know, it works better than the PS5.
yeah,
I think it actually does look more detailed than the PS5 version. That's crazy.
I don't want to say that because it's hard to judge from an off-camera footage.
Look, the PS5 version, I'm not saying the Pro version, the PS5 version was a muddy mess. And that seems, looks...
Maybe I'm just weird, but I didn't think it looked that muddy on my monitor.
It did. Even with my glasses, it did. If you played...
I don't remember.
You played 30 FPS though, right?
Yeah, I played 30 FPS.
Yeah, we're talking 60 FPS.
Yeah, I didn't touch the...
No, 30 FPS was fine. 30 FPS
Yeah.
was fine. 60 FPS, it was bad. But that looks 60 to me. And
There's some stuttering there. I saw a little bit. I see a little bit. Of
you
stuttering.
saw nothing. This is here comes the instant defense brigade trying to stand up.
No, there was right. You could literally see
It
it
was
right there.
yeah, but it was a video. It's the video clearly.
Yeah, sure. I'm the defensive one.
Look, it's totally the video. Chat, isn't it
Yeah,
totally the video?
Yeah, look at that.
Where's the stuttering? I see no stuttering.
I definitely saw some stutter, but
Is
for
this
all
what
we know, this is an early release of the game. We don't know if this is the full, if this is the patch version. For all we know, the stutter could be gone by the time the patch version comes out. So, I don't want to judge any of this until we see it.
Wait, if
like,
this looks
people actually
horrible,
playing
Max, what do you think the PlayStation 5 version looks like?
You're both wrong. You actually. Thank you, Woodpit. Yeah,
Hey,
I
look.
saw a little bit. I don't think it looks horrible.
Wait, you can
But
see.
there
I ain't
definitely
seen
was
this.
a bit of stutter there.
I'm not
but I
seeing
think that
any
was-
stutter.
No, but I think that was the game loading more than anything. Loading the new area.
I think it was just a video. How come we're not seeing the stutter anymore?
I do wonder. Maybe it was the video.
Ah, see? We're winning
That's
him
it,
over
okay.
there.
I'm waiting to see.
But
Yeah.
there you go.
The brick wall says I saw some stutter. Yeah, there was a little bit.
All right, Brick's an own pony. We don't listen to him.
I mean, you brought me on to be the pony, so what do you expect of me to be like?
I expected you to have
Nay.
reason.
The reason that there's a little bit of stutter. I'm not saying
There is
bad. I'm
no
not even-
stutter. Where are you getting this stutter from? We've established that it's
we're not gonna screen that's superimposed onto me. That's going a bit too far, Woodpit. That's a bit. That's a bit too much.
What's he saying?
He said the screen looks. It's like they've superimposed the video on top of the state. That's a bit much. Nah,
Wouldn't the ponies love that one?
I've seen this game before. I enjoyed this game, Devin, but I played in 30 FPS. So Yeah, I am defending my precious remaster station. And anyway, it's a remake, not a remaster, Chris. Because trust me, people would have been happy if it was a remaster because people are so pissed off that the story's different.
Ridge
All that
Racer?
mystery game is what? No, you can't say it like that, Chaos. Come on, you got to put some heart into that word when you
Ridge Racer.
There you go.
Rebirth
By
was
talking
amazing.
about games that came with remasters, by the way, that Ridge Racer set the standard, right? That's the first game that I think that set the standard.
Ridge Racer was awesome. I actually bought my PSP originally for Ridge Racer. That was such a good game.
Yeah. Is Ridge Racer Japanese? I think Ridge Racer is Japanese, right? Well, I don't know. Is it even Sony? I thought it was another company that did Ridge Racer.
How is this?
Namco Bandai, right?
Yeah,
I thought Ridge Racer was Namco Bandai.
it is. I'm just laughing at Steve.
I thought so.
I think the delusions are getting to him.
But no, can I just talk about how amazing the fact that Ridge Racer 4, because they brought a lot of the tracks over from the previous Ridge Racer games, they remastered Ridge Racer 1 at 60 FPS and included that free with Ridge Racer 4.
Type 4, right?
Yeah.
Do you remember the controller?
I can't remember.
Do you remember the controller they had? That kind of steering. It was like a long.
I thought it was like something like Joy-Con. I know like that's at Nintendo, but I swear it was something cool.
It was
like
Con something, yeah. Because I've got it. I've got it
Yeah.
somewhere in storage.
Yeah.
Was it Namcon?
The G-Con. I was close. Thought that was the G-Con.
G-Con. Yeah, I've got it in storage. That was cool.
Oh, no, that's the gun. That's the gun. No, we're not talking about the gun.
Well, here's the thing, chat. For next Thursday,
The G-Con.
do you lot want to start around 6 o'clock, just before 6, and then I finish around say 8 o'clock, give or take, or do I start my normal time and then we'll watch it on the playback? I don't mind either way how we do it, but what does the majority want for the start time? My normal time is 7:30. But the trailer should go live at 6 p.m. So 1 3/4 before I go live. I mean, I can do both. It just depends what people want. I don't mind doing it live.
Oh, stay safe, Steve. That sucks. I hope you're okay.
What's happened to Steve?
He's got to go to A&E tomorrow.
Which Steve is this?
Gears of Box, Steve.
Years of Box Steve. That's so dirty.
Gears of what?
Years of Box. Bags, don't get me started. I hope you're feeling better, Steve. With your Gears of Box.
Bad Chille. You know, I'll be right back.
Let's do a poll. Have you guys seen the great war between Asmongold and Elon Musk? So Elon Asman said something about Elon, and Elon went and removed his blue tick, and then started leaking Asmongold's private DMs.
Yeah. Or because Asman said that Elon was paying people to play Path of Exiles for him.
I mean, it's obvious he was.
I don't want Elon to leak my DMs, so I have no opinion in either way.
I called him a giant man baby man child on X. He can do what he wants.
Yeah.
It's welcome back. It's like unbelievable how much of a man baby he's become. But yeah, he's now leaking private DMs onto X. That's pretty awful.
He owns where you can do what Sappho, even if you own something, you still have to follow your own terms of service. I'd argue you're supposed to follow your own terms of service more than everyone else.
I mean, it's not about even ownership, right? It just shows what type of a piece of shit you are.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it shows. It shows what type of a piece of shit you are. It doesn't really matter whether you own it or not. I mean, it's obvious because the build that he had was awful, right? The build he was using was terrible.
I don't know. I didn't see any of his Elon Musk
Oh,
stuff.
I've seen the build. I mean, I don't understand much about Path of Exiles, but I was reading the comments and they were dissecting it like crazy. They were just destroying him. And it was clear that, he was running scripts. But yeah, it's interesting indeed. Anything else?
By the way, I also found it funny. People, he said in one of the tweets was DMs was like, I don't know exactly the thing, but I just saw him talking about the fact that I'm going to have an editor involved, and I was like, wait, Asmongold has an editor? I'm like every big YouTuber has an editor. You really think Asmongold makes those videos himself? We must leak DMs to Dreamcast Guy. I can tell you now, I have never slipped into the DMs with Dreamcast Guy.
I don't know, man. Now you're saying it's all private and confidential. Unless you prove it, we don't know anymore. This is all starting
the
to
last
look...
tweets were with Rogamaniac and Cameris, where I was simping, and Aether Entertainer, where I was trying to get them to be on the podcast next week. And then Ali Shen complained about the fact that the last season of Bleach was really bad, which it was. That's I've leaked my DMs there.
You leak. So you're doxing yourself now? Why are you doing that? You heard of a game called Chernobylite?
No.
So they made the first game and then they started working on the second game in Unreal 5, and they made it. And they said, "Hey guys, here's a playtest. Go wild and let us know what you think." And so the playtesters came back and said, "The game sucks, and you should do these changes, and we think the game will be better." And so they looked at the feedback and they said, "Right, we can do this, this, and this, and this." And it gave rise to a Kickstarter support. Let's go! They're 50% funded. So
Nice.
it may yet
That's pretty
succeed.
good.
And if you support them now, you get your name in the credits. So it's available on Xbox, PlayStation, and PC. If anyone's interested to support them, I'm probably going to drop my $30 on this because I enjoyed the first game. So I will play the second one. But
The recent thing I kickstarted was, I don't know if you've ever watched his YouTube videos, but he's making another movie, and I wanted more of his action figures because I'm a huge fan of him. Ashens.
I've heard him.
Yeah, he's making another movie. He made a previous movie, and he's making another movie.
Wasn't that the one
So,
that you
I'm
kickstarted?
Yeah, it's
Right.
still working on it.
Oh, he's still working on it.
Yeah, it's gonna be a while because the whole movie it's weird because the movie's gonna be backwards. The movie's gonna start at the ending.
Ah, a bit like the Dead Island trailer. That was such a good trailer.
Yeah, that's what the plan is for the movie. It's gonna be the whole movie's gonna be backwards. So
Yo, Paul, you don't have to reveal that me and MBG are in DMs all the time, man. I've got to, maintain anonymity. Can't be doing that to me. David Lynch died today. Oh, that's sad.
yeah, that sucks.
Admin video? You down for an admin video? Why the hell would you want to listen to an admin video?
Tazmon video, he says.
He said admin.
Chaos, you seen Brav new video? You need to make Chille the pony react to it. So that scares me whenever your community says you should make Chille react to it because often the times it's an experience.
How long is this video? 18
Devin,
minutes.
for once,
It's too long.
He's finally
for a
cleaned
stream.
it.
Anything shorter? Like 10 minutes? 18 minutes? 20 minutes for a video is way too long.
He's actually started cleaning it, Devin, because it was getting so bad. Play at 10 times speed.
I mean, you guys want to watch a 20-minute video?
That'll probably be the last thing we do, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it'll be the last thing we'll do. Double speed? Okay, let's see how you guys cope with double speed. Alright. Chipmunks at the ready. Alright, here we go. Skull and Bones if it wasn't made by Ubisoft.
Oh, this must be the Yakuza video.
Yeah, you've seen it?
Okay. No. I just know I saw a thumbnail of it.
I know it's really short as rock, but it's kind of long for a stream. But we're going double speed. Let's see if people can cope with it.
Like a dragon? What is this? Okay.
By the way, before we continue, I guess I'm so jealous of all the people that got down to go to the Yakuza event down in London, where they got to go on a pirate boat to try the game.
Oh, that must have been near Tower Bridge. Or was it a Cutty Shark?
I don't know. I just saw pictures of the pirate boat and them saying thank you Ubisoft for allowing us to play the track.
What do you mean too slow?
Anyway, carry on. We've got 18 minutes of Asmon.
Well, it was 9 minutes. This is double speed,
Okay.
but
Is this a game that's coming out?
Okay. Yeah,
Ahoy, Captain. Today we're going to explore
this
some
does
of the
look
finer
good, by the
points.
way.
Outplaying pirates in Like a Dragon. Pirate
So,
Yakuza in Hawaii.
Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii?
One-of-a-kind crew building and exhilarating naval combat. Prepare yourself for an over-the-top high
Wow.
adventure with a modern-day pirateer, helmed by you, the one-eyed ex-Yakuza, Captain Majima. So hoist
How-
your sails. We're on the hunt for sturdy dogs and legendary treasure.
How did they end up doing this? Because the Skull and Bones tried this. It cost them a lot of money. Yeah.
Like a dragon, Pirate
'Cause they
uses
can?
Hawaii's dynamic combat system features 2 unique fighting styles for a deep variety of devious mix-ups.
What the fuck is this game? He's fighting people on a beach, then he's fighting people on a mountain. Now he's on a beach again. Now he's in the middle of a mountain in like a volcano. Now he's on the side of the street in LA.
To slash and stun scallywags into submission.
What?
Deliver
That's a
precise,
Spider-Man
powerful
attack.
combos with speed, agility, and flair.
Does look like a Spider-Man attack. I'm not
It's
gonna
all
lie.
wait, this is all in Hawaii?
Then bust out a heat action. And
Bro, they got him beating up McConnell.
destructive counter.
Oh shit. Damn, bro, they got him in the game.
Then bust out a heat action and send them
Ow.
behind. Still standing, hold down and attack to shiver their
Oh,
timbers
God.
with crushing charge moves that will have you lightning dashing, whirlwind slashing,
Oh, my
and
God.
uppercut mashing. Do that enough, and you'll end up with a full madness gauge. This is good. Unleash it to summon shadowy doppelgangers, multiplying your destruction.
This is good.
Like Wukong?
Force to take down hordes of enemies in a flash.
Tazmon is losing it.
Once you've mastered mad dodge, has dual-wielding cutlass short swords and buccaneer gear to make shot bait of your enemies.
Has he never seen a
What is this
Yakuza
game?
By throwing your
before?
cutlasses like razor sharp
Probably
swords
not.
to slice through
I feel like
or use your chain hook to close the gap.
This is ridiculous.
Ho, ho, ho. Break out your pistol and blow the man down.
Oh my
You can
god.
feel the tides turning against you. Summon reinforcements
Wait.
with labeled dark instruments and a maxed out madness gauge.
Wait, summons? What? Oh fuck. This is wait, there's a
Him
There's
and
a gigantic
Titan's
carrot.
speed is funnier than
Off the
thing.
leash, and the
Is that King
season will
Kong?
start singing. Mix up fighting styles with lightning fast swaps to execute criminally creative combos.
Oh
and
my
give these
God.
clowns a hands-on juggling lesson.
This is telling me that this game does look good though, and the new Yakuza game is on PlayStation Plus Premium, right? Not this one, but another one came out recently.
Yeah.
this is nuts.
We're keeping this
Okay.
society short, but there be tales of scattered.
So, all right, so where's the boat part? It's about to happen.
Upgrade paths and precious rings that enrich your abilities.
Uh-huh.
And plenty more to discover as you master a
Okay.
dual combat system as savagely maniacal as a man once called the patron saint of
Oh
fate.
god, why is it? Why did it speed up even more? Because
Twin fist of
he's
Mad Dog
speeding
and
up while you're
Simple pick it
speeding up,
deep as
double
ocean,
the
with a
speed.
skill ceiling higher than a crow's nest.
This is ridiculous. Get your ship.
Batten down the hatches and get your ship together, Captain.
Oh
It's
my
about time
God.
Right,
you
I'm
get
gonna
some
guess the
First,
areas.
and this isn't
that
even a
you
quadruple A
use
game, is
is
it?
a lot more
Your pirate
limited
ship.
than
She's yours to
Skull
customize.
and
Oh, wow,
Bones.
look at that.
And armor. To save
I would
and
assume so,
figure.
yeah.
Strike fear and confusion into the hearts of the
I mean,
roaming
maybe.
seas.
It's a pink
Once you
boat.
get your deck, you're gonna need a crew. Luckily, it's a captain's bargain. Over 100 salty dogs are just waiting to sail under Maximus Jolly Roger.
Oh my god.
Train your Koro pirates into a ship-shaped wrecking crew by deepening your bonds through.
Yeah, that would
Oh my
never
God,
be
that's
Ubisoft.
amazing.
This is like a game with a bunch of mods in it, except for it's just the game.
Yeah, that's basically
I
Yakuza
didn't know
game.
what to say.
It's like a game that had load of mods,
Wait, so can you ram people?
but it's the game.
Arm yourself to the teeth to take on the scurviest
Yeah,
scoundrels
it's
this
a-
side of the Pacific and scuttle them before they plunder you.
Wait, so how is this so much
Good
better?
night, Paul. Thank you for
Sauber,
stopping
and
by.
I don't understand.
What a modern day blunderbuss.
I feel like this is a huge ass troll. Yes, look at this.
Load of loadouts and upgrade your arsenal to visit utter destruction upon your
It's
foes'
Yakuza, so it's
collective
better.
broadsides.
Have a lovely evening, Paul.
Any captain worth their salt knows to assign crew hands strategically.
Wait, there's a guy, his name is
Have a good night,
Sheepman,
Paul.
and he's literally a sheep that's wearing a suit, and he has a machine gun. Yeah, guys, this is supposed to be a mod.
To max out their ship's attack and
It's
defense
not
before
mod.
raising
This is
them
just Yakuza
That's
in
the
a
first mate?
nutshell.
with dread rivals.
For
And
sure.
some creatures roaming the seas. It's all hands on deck.
No fucking shot. They have like sea monsters in this.
The open ocean isn't known for its hiding spots, and before long, you'll find yourself in the crosshairs.
Oh my.
Take the helm as auxiliary. Real-time naval battles ensue.
You know what they need to do, though, right?
While avoiding enemy bombardments. Then deliver devastating
You know why
with a
he's
volley of
in a
cannonballs,
fierce
bullets
battle?
from a bullets, laser blast.
He needs to sing Dada Demo.
From a bullets, laser blast.
What?
Just break out and start singing
Or
it
while
by the
playing,
mid
you
battle.
can take your hands off the wheel.
Oh my
Add
God.
more personal touch.
Come on, that would be awesome.
Captain's discretion, just keep an eye on the health of your crew and ship, or you'll
What
be
the hell?
Oh
Deal no
shit.
damage to the enemy ship for a guaranteed death sentence. Or set a collision course. Issue the boarding command to take down the captain face to face in all out. Crew
This
versus crew
sucks.
deck battle.
Wait.
Oh, you can board it.
Wait, why am I a hater? What's wrong with Dada Demo? Bakamitai. There you go. I'm not the only one that knows it. He totally needs to break out singing that while he's mid-fight. He'll win 100% every single time.
Holy shit.
The problem is though, I want
Right,
to talk
isn't
more
it
about
your
Skull and
go-to
Bones, but I
but it
can't
is
because
fun.
I'll get in trouble. So
A few notches
This
on
is
the right,
ridiculous.
set course for further adventure.
Wait, why would you in trouble?
Bite
So you
my
can ram
tongue.
other people's ships too. Are you playing it? I might have to.
I would get into
This is
trouble.
ridiculous. Wait,
What,
what?
for saying it's
This is
not
the
a
same
very good
game?
game?
Home on land.
Okay.
Rich
Oh, okay, okay.
island.
No,
Around
not for
the
that,
Gulf
but
shore
there's
with
some
no
stuff
memory
that
or
I've been
just to
told
remain.
that
Double
hasn't
Island
been
or Norwich,
officially
Keel
told
Island
yet.
Goro.
Oh yeah, that's
Take
fine.
time to become the first allies of
Don't
your
talk
pirate
about that.
Thanks to them, Rich Island is the place to rest up. Restock supplies, reorganize your wardrobe, and rehabilitate any
You can
armor
give the cat a hat.
of supplies. Reorganize your wardrobe.
It's $150 for the pirate tricorn hat for the cat.
Sold.
That's in-game currency though, right?
Yeah, that's in game.
Yeah,
currency,
yeah, yeah.
Not real money.
Okay.
Not
Okay.
selling you a $150 hat.
Okay,
This is
so
not
it's-
Ubisoft.
You can't say nothing bad about Ubisoft. This isn't a Ubisoft game. What the hell?
Because we got past the boats. I can.
Right. And then you can see also that there's a bow as well. You can give them a bow if it's a girl.
And rehabilitate any animal friends interested in the pirate life. But the real action can be
Wait,
found
wait,
on-
wait, wait. We're going back to Pepperbridge Farm? What the fuck? That cow was like looking at you all, you know.
And the love hearts. I'm
I
worried
know,
about
right?
that cow.
Atlantis, a secret criminal hideout born from a ship graveyard. And
Bags,
ruled by
that's all for you,
Set
man.
course behind a cavernous pleasure district, bustling with activities. And the infamous Pirates Coliseum.
Damn, they don't give two craps about the whole woke thing. They're just going all in.
Fame and fortune? Or a watery grave.
Wait, so there's an arena where you
Rise
fight?
through the ranks of 4 battle types, all offering unique challenges.
Oh my god. Wait, what the hell was that?
All offering unique challenges.
Was that Princess Peach?
Pretty pink
I don't know.
pirates?
Well, that was.
Pretty pink pirates. What the?
This is ridiculous.
I thought that was a really bad Princess Peach mod. Legally.
Once you've sent enough souls to the locker, head over to Nele Island, a holy site overrun with nuclear
Oh.
waste as a result of unchecked greed.
Uh-oh.
Ex-Yakuza, looking for a new start, have flocked here to aid believers in the cleanup. But not always as it seems.
You know what?
Could this
Also-
flat be the key to Majima's missing memories, or something else altogether?
What
pre-order
Sega
just-
arcade game is
This
going to be
the
here?
biggest chain in the game.
That's
One set of course for
important
Hawaii.
too.
To take in all the sights, sounds, and activities that await a pirate of leisure such as yourself. Just be sure
See,
to dress
Buck
up
on me
for
tight. It's
it.
totally coming back. See, Buck on me tight. There you go. You thought I was joking. Hey, you can play Virtua Fighter. Sick.
You can play a lot of old. Don't you know about that? You know that. About
Yeah,
Yakuza,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
You've
yeah.
got
I mean-
loads of old-
I mean, this was
What
built
else?
on Shenmue, right?
Wait, you
It's,
get to beat up
it's the
gang
spiritual
members?
successor to Shenmue.
It's Chi-Town, or wherever the fuck that thing is.
There's much more to explore on the open seas of Like a Dragon, Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii. All waiting
Oh
to be
god.
discovered. But beware, the
You
seas
said
can be
open
unforgiving,
seas.
and its occupants
Okay.
deadly. The more you explore, the more you conquer, the
I-
more you unlock.
Why did that look like
Seas are
Ninja
ahead,
running
but with
from
great victory comes
Dragon?
great reward.
Not from Rebel, from Pharmacy 14.
Oh god.
Pre-order any digital or physical edition to get
Well,
the Ichiban Kasuga Pirate Crew and special outfits.
and you get a
Just like
lobster?
hero of Yokohama.
Wait, where's the
Ichiban
lobster
Kasuga
come
and
from,
his pet
though?
crawfish Nancy to your crew, and 2 of Ichiban's iconic outfits to your wardrobe. Buffers feeling full? Upgrade to the
How
digital
about you
deluxe
get
edition.
pets?
Plunder.
Customization items, legendary crew members, outfits, and extra music. And if you want all the booty on offer, pick up the limited collector's edition, including real world.
Oh wow.
Let's slow it down
Wait,
a little
what
bit.
does it include? Includes a millworm.
Loot, a triple-layered pirate flag, Captain Majima acrylic standee, replica eye patch, metal treasure.
See, that's what I need, right? I need the replica eye patch.
Deluxe content.
Yeah, you need this.
Finally, subscribe to Sega
And I need that
Emails
little
now
tiger.
through February 25th to receive Kazuma Kiryu's iconic Dragon of Dojima outfit for Majima to use in-game.
Man, that little thing's adorable.
We hope
I
you
don't know
enjoyed
what to
this
say,
saltwater
guys.
Dive into the upcoming Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza
This
in
is
Hawaii.
ridiculous.
Setting sail February 21st.
I feel
This
like I'm
looks
watching
amazing.
4
and
games at the
one
same
last thing.
time.
We're excited to announce that New Game Plus will be made available for free as a post-release patch. Stay tuned for updates on exact release timing and content. And prepare to conquer the seas.
Oh wow. Yeah.
I
Guys,
hate the
I
fact it's
feel
so
like I
late,
just
though.
watched an advertisement for a mod for another game. Like this doesn't even
This
feel
is
like it's a
February
real
21st, it's
game.
gonna be around the same
Why
time
is
as
the
Monster.
audio so loud?
Make games fun again? Yeah. It's like downloading randomized Skyrim mods and playing it. Exactly, yes. This is like downloading something
Hey,
that
I've got a
changes
parrot.
every model in Elden Ring, downloading a randomizer, and then inverting like all of the character names and just starting playing the game.
Hey, Steven,
Oh
I
my
like
god.
Bleach too.
Skull and Bones is better. I
See?
I
The
don't
parrot.
know how they do it, man.
I was wearing
I
it
really
today.
don't know how it's done. This is unbelievable. I've never seen this before. This
But
is
Bleach is nothing compared to the big
ridiculous.
three. But Bleach is
Holy
at least
fucking
Bleach has been
shit.
really good.
Get a real parrot.
Elden Ring.
Nah,
that you
it's
play
good.
as
My cats will
Torrent.
murder it
Yeah,
within seconds.
Yeah. It's just.
It'll be the great Houdini.
How
Now
are
you
they
see him,
able
now
to
you
get
don't.
this right as a knockoff part of another game, but Ubisoft couldn't get it right as a base game. I don't even understand it.
Parrot
How
named
is it even
Chille.
possible? Go
I
look
don't-
at
I
Skull
don't
and
think it's
Bones for
called Chille.
fun. I don't want to. Like, actually, you know what? Yes, I do.
Is Chille named a parrot? Parrot named Chille? Who knows?
This is just
Some mysteries shall never be revealed.
Man, why does this look so... Man, go back to Yakuza.
and then if you compare it,
Scuttle them before they plunder you.
Why does Yakuza look so better when it comes to actual graphics as well?
It's a newer game.
You'll find plenty of firepower to affix.
Still, Yakuza games have never looked that good
Starboard
graphically,
and
really.
port.
I
And
always
what's a
thought it was
rocket
kind of
launcher
graphically
but a
disappointing.
modern-day blunderbuss? Test the waters with a shipload of loadouts and upgrade.
I don't know what to say. Look at Black Flag. You could board the ship and steal shit. And unironically, looks like a high-quality game, to be honest. It does. This looks really, really good. I don't know how this happened. I do not get it at all. But hey, guys, hey, keep in mind, this is really important. Assassin's Creed Shadows is going to be really good, okay? I know that you might think, oh, yeah, no,
I
the
agree.
game's going to be bad. No,
Yeah,
no,
actually, I think it's
no.
gonna be good.
Ubisoft, they've learned from their mistakes, and they're going to be improving, and things are going to get way better. Okay, massive copium? No, it's not copium, guys.
No, I agree. I actually agree with that
No, I
statement.
agree. Assassin's Creed Shadows is probably going to be pretty good. The last Assassin's Creed game was pretty good. So, it's spoilers. It's going to continue to be pretty good.
I've got high hopes for
Steven
Shadows.
says Yakuza has a new engine since Yakuza 6 and Kiwami 2. Oh, that's good. That was holding it back a lot, in my opinion. Like, it was a good game, but the graphics were definitely a limiting factor. Not that they were bad, it's just like, yeah.
So Ginger Prime says GeForce Now and xCloud on Switch 2 would make it the ideal gaming package.
I mean, he's not wrong.
How much do you think it's going to be in the UK?
400.
That's what I think. $399.99.
Yeah. That was the... Yeah, I said 400, but yeah, 399.99.
I think if they can get it down to $349.99, that will be amazing. And then $399 with a game. That would be...
Well, it's rumored that it's $449 base with a game one at 500.
But wasn't it
Where you get
that...
Mario Kart.
Wasn't that said by that PlayStation fan? Text something?
Again, that was rumored. I don't really believe it.
Zori? Who is that guy, chat?
Zorro.
No, it's not Zorro. Sorry, it's not Zorro. It's something tech something.
Tech Juby or something like that? Zuby
No.
Tech?
Zuby
That's
Tech,
what
that's
it's
it. And no one believes anything Zuby Tech says.
I do feel like there's a chance it's I don't believe 500 at all. Push, I believe 450. But if it's 450, I do feel like that's the one that'll be packed with a game.
I just think it's...
Or
I think it's
it'll
too
come with
much.
something. It is too much.
I think a 450 is too much.
Well, okay, I don't think it's too much, but the issue is Nintendo aims for a specific audience, and I feel like 450 is too much for Nintendo's specific.
That's what I
audience.
mean.
I don't think if I was saying there's a mass market product, I don't think 450 is too much because that's still cheaper than the Steam Deck, right?
Well, the Steam Deck is 350.
Okay, maybe not then.
And you can actually get the LCD version now for like 320.
Yeah, because the Switch 2 is an LCD, isn't it?
Yeah. You gotta wait. I mean, when the OLED launches, I can see it being...
In 3.5 years.
Yeah, above the 400 mark. But I think right now, a sweet spot for them would be the $349.99. And then if you get it with a game, you get it for $399.99. I think that'd be a sweet spot. So I think it's going to be 400, but I'm hoping for a 350.
Leaf says you get an LCD version of Steam Deck for 260.
There you go.
You know what? I didn't know that. For that price, I'm tempted to buy it. I'm not gonna lie. Well, I say that. I don't know what I'd use it for. I don't go outside. So the best I would be like, I'm booting up my Steam Deck so I can go to the toilet and play Final Fantasy 14.
There you go. You found your reason.
But I don't think that's... I guess it's over time. It's an investment of time.
Well, if there's nothing else anyone wants to talk about, I think that's a good place. Chille.
Hello?
Let people know where they can find you and enjoy that awesome Dragon Ball content.
Yes. If you enjoyed Dragon Ball and Bleach, by the way, the new Bleach trailer went live today with the overview system gameplay, which I posted a reaction to right after it went live. You can find my videos and my gameplay over on Holified Saying Gaming, at Holified Saying Gaming. We've got 155 videos, and do you know what we hit recently?
100?
103 subscribers.
Nice.
So we broke the 100 mark. So you should talk about JoJo. I don't know much about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and there's not really many games out so recently. So yeah, I made a reaction video of the new systems overview. So yeah, I'm excited. Which, by the way, is doing really well. Thank you for the support. Let me have a look. It's at 65 views, which for me is pretty good. So thank you to everyone that supported the channel.
I'm checking the content out.
Thank you.
But yeah, if
I did have someone comment on one of the videos recently saying I want to make Dragon Ball content. Can we collab? I'm like, but your channel is Minecraft based. And he's like, but I plan to make a Dragon Ball video. I'm like, okay, well, contact me via this email address. And then he didn't say anything else. So we'll see. But I'm like, I clicked on his YouTube. I'm like, he's only ever made one video and it's Minecraft. I'm like, I'm have no offense with, I'm fine collabing with people, but like, unless your content is kind of what I do,
relevant,
no real reason. Especially as I'm so new. So yeah, thank you everyone that comes over from the Chaos channel to support the YouTube channel. Thank you to Chaos for allowing me to be on. I enjoy our back and forth. And thank you to the wonderful Chaos community for just being there. You're all lovely.
There is a channel if you guys want to go check him out. Devastator, thank you for the $2 Assassin's Creed Shadows is Ubisoft's Veilguard. Do you really think so? I mean, I think they've kind of removed Yosuke completely. I mean, he's not even on any promotional material anymore. He's like gone for good. I think he's just disappeared for all eternity now.
He was probably trying to milk subscribers, maybe a bit, but no, he had more subscribers than me. Only a little bit more, but his channel was 12 years old versus mine, which is 3 months. So...
Steve, so next week, I'm going to probably put a community post up to see if I can actually make it on time. But next week, Thursday, Chille is unavailable. It's really sus that his birthday has fallen on the exact date as Dev Direct.
As I've told you before, I invented time travel. I invented time travel next week. Right? Next week, I invent time travel so that I can go back in time and tell my mum that she needs to hold on for 3 days until the 23rd, and then I have to be born at exactly 6 p.m. GMT on the 23rd, so that way I can know for certain that in 38 years' time, I can skip this one specific presentation.
I'm telling you, see, he's already planned this whole thing out from so long ago. This has been
this has been decades in the making.
Exactly. But yeah, 6 p.m. is when the Developer Direct goes live, so we can either watch it live together, or when I jump on later on in the evening, we can watch it at the same time. So either way, I'm easy. 60% said 6 p.m. 40% said 7:30 p.m. So I'll see. It's pretty split.
Okay.
Sounds about right, Chille.
By the way, Chaos, I want to know your thoughts on I tried to get a cool thumbnail made for the React video so I could get up as soon as possible.
Mm-hmm.
I would love your thoughts on the thumbnail I made live on stream, if possible,
Okay.
for the Bleach one.
Which one is it? Oh, the Bleach
The
Rebirth?
newest. Yeah.
Alright, I can show that before we finish. That actually looks pretty cool.
It took me a couple of minutes to make, but I think the system overview text, I should have outlined it. But
yeah, that needed a stroke on it. Maybe like 1 or 2 px to just make it stand out, because now accessibility wise it's fading in, but outside of that it's fine. It's just the contrast between orange and the other colors is basically making it disappear. But
I
a
needed
1px
to black
stroke,
outline it.
yeah, 1px stroke would have, or 2px
I did
stroke.
by the way, I did that in MS Paint, so
Try using if you're looking for free software, try something called Pixlr.
okay.
It's basically Photoshop, but just it's missing some of the bells and whistles, but it's 100% free and it's web based, and you can save it without any watermark.
Nice.
In fact, I think Alex uses that as well.
By the way, that someone remade my Broly is my best viewed video of all time.
1.6k views. You're getting there, buddy. You're getting there. Well, chat, that is going to be it.
Thank you, everyone.
I am gonna.
Thank you, Chaos, for the support.
Anytime, my dude. Anytime. I'm gonna see what time I can make next week Thursday with my son. I'm gonna aim for 6 since the majority want it at 6. But if I can't make it for 6, then we'll go to the normal time of 7:45, and then we'll just check out the whole thing live on stream as well. Right, that's it. Until then, brace yourselves for more doom and gloom as Xbox date comes closer, and just ignore what people are saying. As I said in this stream, the doom and gloom is bollocks. Microsoft are doing extremely well. They've got an amazing 2025, and all that talk about this and that from a guy that's supposed to be looking out for his investors, trying to lose their money, something stinks. It doesn't pass the smell test. And it's clear that this was done just to damage the presentation that's coming up. So I call BS on almost everything that came out from that. And yeah, clearly the Activision deal that went through, ABK deal, was a very, very smart move from Microsoft because it's making them a shit ton of money. So anyone that's saying that Xbox is dead and this and that, they're far from dead. They've got new consoles coming. They've got a handheld coming. They've got probably the best lineup we've seen in years coming for Xbox in this year. And then next year is even more packed already with Gears of War E-Day, Halo, Blade, Call of Duty, and more. I think Perfect Dark is next year. So, I don't know. For people that say that Xbox is dead, I think they've got a few brain screws loose. And all of these games are day one on Game Pass. How could you honestly think that Xbox is dead? You let me know. Until then, have a good night, folks. And I'll see you next time. Peace out.
And I'll see you all in 2 weeks. Bye.
2 weeks, of course. That time machine really did exist, didn't it? Peace out, folks.